I need BC to win. Can't win, they meet. We'll see. Damn, St. Charles at 4-3. Hey, so we know Marvin Southside play tomorrow.
Okay, we can put a T by it so you can remind me. Ready, guys?
Yep.
Where is the microphone?
That is oh, it's way over here.
Bring it over.
Click on the face mask.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
No, that's too small.
Here we go. Well, welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Week 5 edition of high school football game picks here in the great state of Louisiana. We are live from Gary Swallow's Taekwondo Martial Arts building here in Opelousas, Louisiana. I got Mr. Alex Fontenot, Chris Esprit, Gary Swallow, Jake McCoy, Enoch Brogy, and Miss Nyla Mel with us tonight. It's going to be a great show tonight. We will drop out twice because of service issues. Just putting it into your brains right now. So when the guys go frozen, you know what happened. So let's get that out of the way early. 60 games are going to pick. Halfway point of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, cooler weather is on the way. It is October. And you know how they say we're itching ever closer to the playoffs down the road. We're at the halfway point. Storylines will start to be created. Pretenders or contenders. A lot to go into these next couple of weeks. Teams are starting to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. You're starting to see a trend in these games here. You're starting to see teams start to separate themselves. And before you know it, we will start talking power rankings, because right now, power rankings are a little bit difficult to follow. But in the next couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to follow him closely. I want to say happy birthday to Big Cody Hoss. Happy birthday, my friend, UTL member. I hope number 40 was extra special today. A big show in store. A lot of headlines from the week. I'm going to ask these guys some questions tonight, and we're going to have some great discussion talk. We're going to talk takeaways. We're going to talk about new top 10 this week from all the classes. And yes, there is shift and there is shakeups in the top 10 this week. We got a lot of great games to pick. We're going to get after it. But at this time, week 4 was something for the books. And we had some storylines coming from week 4. Alex, week 4, talk to me about another great week for Under the Lights, another great week for a lot of teams around the state. Talk to me about week 4.
Yeah, you know, like you said, there was games that happened last week that really opened my eyes. And like you said, contenders became contenders, and some that we thought were contenders were pretenders. With that said, you know, it's going to be another great week of football. Cooler weather's here, so it should even out the playing field. You won't have to deal with cramps as much, all that good stuff. So, ready to see it happen?
We hope the cramp situation ain't gonna be as bad, but man, it was awesome.
Esprit,
I'm ready.
Yeah,
my
man.
friend, week 4, you guys were in a hell of a fight Friday night. Just short on the scoreboard, but that shows tremendous That shows tremendous work from your guys there on Friday night.
Yeah, man, they had a lot of people was picking Ash, which they did win, but they thought it was going to be a blowout.
Right.
Ash knew it wasn't. We played damn good football. 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
Just some mishaps. Misassignments and atmosphere was great, man. Pack house, and we got another one this week. So
Yeah.
You're not shying away from competition, my friend.
No, and someone reached out to me today, with a 1-2 record, and we still rank high. I mean, look at who we playing.
Oh yeah.
And look at how we playing them, and the coaches in the association poll, they see those things.
Yeah.
So it ain't like no blowouts.
Correct.
Right, and the thing that I was amazed with is that how y'all defense actually when you hold them to what they did, that's actually a pretty doggone good statement there. So
Right.
great job for y'all. Y'all did good, man.
Gary, under the lights, what a treat Week 4 actually was. We saw Lake Arthur and Oakdale Thursday night. That one came down to the wire. We saw Northside and North Vermilion Friday night. Boy, was that a unlikely
Whoa,
crazy
you're right.
finish there. But 33-31 there. A big Week 4 for Under the Lights.
Man, we had great. I wasn't able to go Thursday, but I mean, I watched it. I actually got done with class, and I went in my office and I turned it on, and I stayed here till it was over. That was a great ball game in itself, and it shows the quality of competition in the area is getting better and better. And then as far as Friday, man, I'm gonna tell you. That North Vermilion and Northside game was every bit of exciting. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Had one of the crazier finishes we've ever seen in 6 years.
Yes, you're right.
Thursday night game.
That was
wild,
that
too.
Thursday
Yeah,
night.
Thursday was wild. Yes, indeed.
But man, so we had 2 awesome games that we covered. We were blessed to cover. And man, I'm going to tell you right now, both of them have game of the year implications on them. That's how good it was. So
Exciting
that's all I
week.
got to say.
Absolutely. Jake, Southwest Louisiana, red hot football teams right now in the area. Talk to me about that area right now. Some good football coming out of there.
Man, when you talk about Barb, they surprised some people last week, upsetting Karen Crow. Westlake's red hot undefeated. DeQuincy, my alma mater, they're red hot undefeated. Sam Houston's on a roll. Leesville, you name it. I mean, Jennings is looking good. This could be one of the better years for football in Southwest Louisiana. They're notorious for baseball, but football's doing really well this year. Man, I tell you, it's hard to believe, guys. We're week 5
Halfway
already, the
point.
halfway point.
Right.
In a blink of an eye.
And like I said in the intro, pretenders, contenders, teams are starting to separate, and I got some
Exactly.
teams from Southwest Louisiana starting to separate. Enoch, happy homecoming, my friend. You guys get a homecoming win. I know that's extra special. We got a shot this week, but we'll see what happens. It is homecoming week, but congratulations, and I'm sure that was a good feeling leaving the football field last week.
Oh yeah, it absolutely was, man. It was my 10-year homecoming. I told myself I wasn't gonna miss it, and things were a little bit hairy as far as the game went at first, but adjustments were made, and they were able to take care and pull away in the end. Congratulations to Coach Buck Harris for your first one as Bolshan head coach. Hopefully, toast to many more in the future. But yeah, man, it was just it was a lot of fun. You got to see a lot of faces that I hadn't seen in a while, so it just all around great experience.
Good. Let's roll. This is show number 76. Chris, we're on our way to 100.
Almost.
Yeah.
On our way,
Close.
maybe in 2 years.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Some point next year if we're counting the
Next
playoff.
year.
Next year will be close.
We'll be
Got
close.
dome
We'll be
weeks,
close.
dome week.
Yeah, no, we will.
Yeah, we got to be confident. Got to be positive.
Week 10.
Yeah, by week 10 of next year.
Week 9, week 10.
Week 9, week 10 next year, we
Yeah.
can say show 100.
No.
That's right.
Because you have week 0.
You got 10.
If you
You got
count
5.
Jamboree week.
You got. We're 5 right now.
And let's clear this up. For
So we got 10.
real quick, we do a lot of recap shows also that's not counted in here. This is only Wednesday night shows.
So you got 10 more weeks left.
Okay,
So we're going.
so that will be 86.
And then count 15 for next year.
Okay.
Semifinals next year will
That'd
probably
be
be
100.
100.
Quarters
Yeah.
or semis, yeah.
The final next
We gonna keep it.
'Cause you have week
For
0.
next year, we will hit
no
100
picks on
Wednesday night
zero,
shows.
We should.
100 game pick shows.
Yeah, the Friday.
Yeah.
You say 26 away, right?
Yeah.
So
Crazy to think.
So no, it won't.
24.
24.
24.
Crazy to think.
The
Week
semifinal.
one, we eclipsed 100.
Yeah.
Semifinal next year.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
Start the pre-planning now. The party that
We're
night.
gonna have a party that
that party
night.
that night. Everyone's invited.
Going to PK.
Hopefully, you guys still want to be aboard next year.
Oh yeah.
Might be having some
Alex?
celebration.
We have to
baby.
talk about our
Yeah.
our
Contracts.
contract. you know.
Contracts will be discussed.
Renegotiating
We'll
our
see. We'll
contracts.
see what our worth is after this season, Jordan.
Yes. Yes, well, I gave y'all tournament seats. I
I'm
hope
here.
y'all enjoy it.
Yo,
How many?
you heard it, permanent.
How many? How many? Followers you have?
21,000
21,000.
after this past week.
Yeah,
Get to
and it keeps
23,000.
getting. It keeps
We're
getting
grabbing our
better
tickets
and
and we're
better
going on strike
and
too.
better, man.
On strike. So-
do like the Port workers.
Oh,
We're
Lord.
going on strike.
So at next year around the semifinal time, we're gonna celebrate for sure.
Absolutely.
After this past week, we got to cover North Vermilion. That makes it
helmet?
91 teams that we've covered in a 6-year
That's
platform here. 91 different teams we've had an opportunity to stream. So what a journey that has been. Road to 100, Alex. 100 teams. Can we get to 100 teams before the end of the year? And how many schools
Yeah,
are there?
around
About
6.
3 something, 2 something?
Yeah, I think
In
I
the
think
state?
you get it.
Yeah, around that.
could be close.
Yeah,
Think
I think you'll get it.
We're gonna have a shot. I got
See what happens in the
I
playoffs.
got some names down the road that I've never
Cute.
covered before. We're gonna be close to that 100 mark on teams.
We would have had one closer if we covered the card game would have happened.
I
Yeah.
covered
Yeah.
them already.
Do we cover Carl?
State championship illegal stream against Karen Crow.
Yeah.
We got
I
a
don't
phone,
think nobody was worried
we've
about
got a
that
phone
issue.
call about that one. That
Yeah, we actually did. I was
got
like,
the
oh my
game,
gosh.
that was a heck of a
It was a good game.
yes
Yeah.
for sure. 49 different stadiums after we got to go to Northside High School this past weekend.
Right.
Boy, that turf is something, and that jumbotron, beautiful.
Oh man, beautiful ain't a word for it. I mean, when we walked in, it was like, oh,
Hit you in the
my
face.
God.
The red
I didn't
stands
realize
out.
Northside
Yeah.
had a
Red
jumbotron.
stands out. Yes.
Yeah,
I realized that
Yeah.
I knew that new turn. Didn't know that jumbotron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievable,
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
Yeah, Katie Ann, I got one too.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I knew that.
I've been looking forward to go check out some of the schools
Carencro
in
got one too?
Lafayette area that have the new upgrades.
saw that.
After the 2 games from week 4, we are now at 109 career games covered.
Hardest thing.
Road to 200.
Wow.
Road to 200.
Road
yeah.
to 200.
Right.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
So this week, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a brand new helmet on the display. 79 total helmets. We're running out of room, Gary.
I gotta put another shelf.
Boom. Right there. Grab it.
I'll grab it.
Jake, Enoch, whoever wants to grab it. Thank you, Coach Moy and the North Vermilion Patriots. What a beauty to add to the collection. Number 79, boys.
I would've given
Yeah.
that.
I like this
That's
one.
awesome.
He
No,
nice
he-
helmets. I
he-
like it.
hey,
I like that Oak Grove helmet too.
When he brought it to us, I was like going, this looks like a brand new helmet. And then I saw a few little nicks on it, but I was like, oh, but still, it's in mint condition. So thanks again, Coach Moore.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
I couldn't believe that. That was so beautiful.
It's not
Here
right
we
there.
go.
Short brand. Shut.
This week, week 5, we have Thursday night football right in front of Alex. Crowley at Mamu. Friday night football. Kinder at Logansport. Would y'all like to check the records for career wins losses when we cover these 4 teams?
Give them to me, Jordan.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Give them to me,
Go
man.
ahead.
Crowley 1-1.
Okay.
Mamu 1-1.
Whoa.
Okay.
Somebody's going to get their second win tomorrow night. That will be live on Under the Lights. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you to Coach Lamb for the hospitality of the invite to come check out. Guess what, Chris? Brand new stadium.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that will make stadium number 50 when we come talk next week.
Right.
Kinder Logansport, let's check those records. Kinder,
You might be 25-5 with Kendall.
Not quite.
It was a strong start, but here lately it's been on the down. Kinder 8-7 after the week 1 victory. They got their 8th win, looking for win number 9.
You covered them. Y'all covered them a lot.
Yeah.
Them and Basile gave us our first start.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we started this back 6 years ago. Year 1 was Port Barry only.
Yeah.
Year 2, Basile and Kinder really opened the doors.
Abbeville contributed too.
Not year 2.
Oh, not year 2. That's
No.
right,
Because we followed Kinder all the way to the state championship game
yeah.
when they played Natchitoches. Logan Sport 1-0. Last year,
Last year.
quarterfinal
Last year
matchup.
That was whew,
Hey,
That was a great game.
I was
That
there
a lot of
1
fun.
week too late. I was there the next week and they played.
3-hour trip. Let's do it again
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yep.
Yup.
So that is a little bit about that. How about we go takeaways? Do y'all have anything else y'all want to talk about in this area here? Or we touched on it?
I'm very excited to see the completely now renovated Logansport Stadium. They did most of it last year, but they ripped out all the old bleachers and put new bleachers in and everything.
New press
Right,
box,
so
new
you have all
that
bleachers,
stuff.
new jumbotron,
They
and
love
a
their football
new
to set affairs.
$80,000 sound system.
It's gonna be great to see live.
It's gonna
I can't
be
wait,
great,
man.
They
and
go-
it's their first game at the new stadium. So
There's
Oh, wow.
gonna be a lot of big boom boom.
Oh yeah, a
To
lot
touch,
of
to touch on
So the
something.
people in Texas can hear.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That don't take
That's
much.
it.
They're only maybe a mile or two from the state line from Sabina
Yeah.
River.
it's
right
Arkansas or
there.
Texas.
It's right
Texas.
Texas.
Texas. Okay.
To touch on something, they were supposed to have a week 4 game against Peabody in Logansport, and Matt Martin, our good buddy Matt Martin, told me that everything would have been ready by then.
It was scheduling
ready.
scheduling conflicts, so we'll just leave it there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
so they had a
moving
good little bye
on
week.
with this one, they're coming off of a bye week. Kinder's coming off of a bigger win at home against
Eunice.
a Eunice ball club that's young but scrappy. So it should be excitement on Friday night. Can't wait to get down there. Firework display will really set the tone of the game, and
yeah.
we might have to go take another trip down to the Crawfish Shack.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
down for
buddy,
it.
that
Let's
was
go.
a good one.
Let's
Alex
go.
said, stay away from seafood up north, but the lady,
Hey, that's a dangerous game.
but
my boy.
the lady,
Period.
the lady's
Food
from
period.
Lafayette.
Yeah, the lady
So
is
hey,
from here.
we had
How long she
something.
been in
Trust,
there?
if she-
Because I know it rubbed off.
I don't know, but it was good.
Oh,
it was,
It
man.
was good.
Order a hamburger.
Good old Lafayette ties. All right, here we go. Top 10 UTL Week 4 takeaways. I gotta get your feedback.
That's good.
Don't turn it on. I'm just go ahead.
Number 1, and this is in no particular order. 49 unbeatens remain after 4 weeks of play. And remember, some of these are sprinkled in where they do not have a total of 4 games. Some of these teams with the hurricane canceled games, only
3-0.
played 3,
Yeah,
you know.
Also
So,
had a bye week.
Yeah.
bye weeks, 49 unbeatens remain. Do you think we see a high number going into week 5?
I'll have to see the matchups, but you're getting to the point now is you're going to start playing some, district opponents, some rivalry games, some, tougher games. So those undefeated records could go out the window.
Right.
Well, you got a lot of them that are going to be playing against each other.
Yeah.
You got a lot because just in here we got a few of them in the picks that we're going to have.
Yes.
We got
Oh, yeah.
a lot. So there's going to be some unbeatens that fall.
OC and St. Ed.
Yeah, that's one. That's local. But I mean, we're gonna have a bunch of them that's gonna fall because we have like a few of them in here that's going against undefeated.
And then some
BC and Lutcher and this-
some undefeateds could very well fall to a team out there that has a better schedule.
Right, that
the
has
first
a loss.
couple
That might
weeks.
have a loss or two. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can't go by that. But man, you're gonna. I have a feeling you're gonna see a few of them. Line. I don't ask me how many,
Yeah.
but you're gonna see some. You're gonna see some unbeatens go down.
Okay. Good. How about this? LCA lets go of head football coach Zach Locker after just 4 games. It's not a win-loss thing here. Got to be something in-house. Your thoughts? We start with you.
I'm a punt.
You're punting.
Yeah.
Chris, what have you heard? What do we know?
Onside kick.
Onside kick. Gary
I like
Swallow. Crazy through 4 weeks to see something like this, but Has to be something in house.
Right, there's got to be something going on, and I don't want to get into it until unless they
Safety,
come out with it. Just so
Safety.
I'm gonna call a safety on that one. It's
So we got a
2
punt,
points,
Punt,
Yeah.
field goal,
Onside kick.
punt, onside kick,
safety.
safety.
2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Enoch.
Well, I'm out of options. Huh?
Shocked by the news. Offsides penalty.
Victory formation.
Yeah, still be, that's right.
Hey,
Take a
I'll
knee.
say it like this: there's something had to have happened extra. I have a little bit of an idea of what it is. I don't know the full story, so I'm not going to go there. But it is it's more than a little surprising that you'd get rid of somebody less than halfway in the season. Like I said, it's probably something serious.
I mean,
You
you have to look at.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah,
It's no more. You recovered the
Recover,
onside kick.
recover.
You
Pat
recovered the
McAfee.
onside kick, ladies and
Pat
gentlemen.
McAfee.
I think it has. I'm not saying it has, but at week 4, and you getting rid of your coach, clearly is what's the word I'm looking for. Y'all help me out here.
They're just not going in the right direction. And
But
they're
even-
not
even-
comfortable. Something happened
By,
where
by week 4, you should already
Yeah.
know. Before the season starts,
Right.
you should know if you made the right hire.
right.
Okay, and if that's the case, then you should have pulled the trigger earlier. Okay, now you pull the trigger week 4.
Looks
You know,
bad.
and the kids gonna relate to, these guys that he made interim coaches.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They've
Well-
been on the staff for years.
Wonder how it's going to affect
Right.
the kids this week.
Well, you got an interim coach that's been with the program.
Two.
Two of them.
Or 2 of them.
Shout
So,
out,
yeah,
shout
so-
out to Coach Statterford
Yeah.
and Coach. I'm slipping my name. His
He's from Opelousas.
Yeah.
Mitch. I
Yeah,
think.
Mitch.
Yeah.
Coach
Shout
Mitch.
out to those
Yeah.
guys. They're gonna lead the program to
Right.
to get it back
Yeah,
to
back to-
what we know.
Yeah. But there's got to be something, whether it's communication, whether it's just something's just not there, not right there. Something's just there's a question mark in anything until we know anything.
So
I don't really want to go into it too much.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to go to the post game interviews now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game's over,
Yeah,
so
But
The
for the sake for those kids
Yeah.
and everything, I think they're gonna be okay.
rally
going-
behind those two
Yeah.
co-coaches.
You look at your
Yeah.
schedule. You face your
They're
first 4
familiar
weeks.
with it.
Right. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
they've played some ball.
Yeah.
It's been a brutal
Yeah.
schedule. If anybody would know what's going on right now, it's my man Hayden Lazard that's in the chat right now. He would be the guy. He would be the guy to answer all the questions. So, as of for now, I do not have correct details of the situation.
You can only go with social.
Yeah.
See on social media.
What I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, and I'm not comfortable enough to talk about it now. I do not want to give out wrong information.
Don't wanna ruffle
Let the
feathers,
details play out and come out.
Yeah.
And
then
then
we can
come
discuss
next
it.
week, I think we'll be comfortable enough to have a long discussion of our thoughts on the whole situation. That's fair?
Right. Yeah. Let's not get into it too much right now.
Sent shockwaves through the state, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure did.
Absolutely.
Made me go wild.
But rooting for the two co-coordinators this week. Great guys, and I know those guys will rally behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Special teams, really? Oh, here we go. Hold on. Hayden is in the chat.
Skip's still there. Kids are super pumped. The last 2 days at practice and focus, moving forward, easiest part to say right now.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
we'll,
right.
we'll leave it right
Right
there.
there.
Yeah.
Hayden is with LCA, so if anybody would know, he's the guy for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, Hayden.
We like special teams on this panel, don't we?
I just
Yes.
Sometimes,
Special teams win and loses ball games.
every week.
Yeah. In more ways than you know.
What if I told you one of my takeaways this week is from week 3 and week 4, back-to-back weeks, Denham Springs has a living legend on campus after kicker Jonathan Bravo delivers back-to-back weeks walk-off field goals against Woodlawn and East Ascension.
Who says kickers aren't athletes?
He's
Yeah.
They're athletes.
Try telling Pat McAfee that.
Shout out, show some love to the kickers, ladies and gentlemen. Back-to-back weeks, walk-off field goals. I mean, he getting anything he wants right now on campus.
Most popular kid on campus.
Most popular
by a
kid on
mile.
campus right now.
Right now.
But that's that's part of the game. You got to have that to be successful. I mean, we watch it in all levels. I mean, between high school, between college and pros. I mean, they miss or hit an extra point, and it's crazy. Or miss a field goal, miss a go ahead field goal.
Yeah, have y'all ever been a part of a walk-off field goal or seen it in person? That has to been a feeling like no other.
Been on the wrong end of one
I've
last
been
year.
on the wrong
Watching
end of
DeQuincy
one
week 10.
for both and before, so
He got
Yeah.
blocked last year for DeQuincy against Green Lake.
I've seen it go the other way for us one time.
Yeah.
Had a
Walk-off 2-point.
they were playing Northside. I was doing the stats for that game. I was doing the stats.
I
for
saw a
it.
walk-off 2-point conversion, and we're probably thinking about the same game. Puka Williams around the corner.
Not that one, but that
Same-
was a good one.
That was a good
That
one.
was a good one.
Yeah.
I was
Puka Williams
there.
around the corner. We all three were there.
This one was Union versus Lake Charles Prep. To
Yes.
go to the final.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that
okay,
one.
yeah.
That was
Yo,
a really good
yo.
game.
Hey,
Really.
we can really throw a segment in down the road of just walk-off memorable games that we've seen. He brings up a good point. Shaw has a monster kicker. I want to talk about a monster running back in the state of Louisiana right now. Duke commit and Mandeville skipper Nate Shepard had himself a game for the ages a week ago against Slidell. Hear me out. 5 rushing touchdowns. He returned a kickoff return for a touchdown and had a punt return for a touchdown. He broke his own brother's record that night for touchdowns in a single game through 4 games. The Mandeville skipper, Duke commit Nate Shepard, has 23 total touchdowns.
How many yards of
In
rushing in
4 games.
Yeah,
In 4 games.
that's still, wow.
You're averaging
Gary?
almost 6 touchdowns.
7
a
total
game.
touchdowns from him that night.
So he got bragging rights over his brother.
Got bragging rights
Yeah.
over his brother.
See, all
believe
before,
so.
let me tell you how that works. Let me tell you how that works in the household. The big brother is always top dog. I'm telling you.
Your little brother comes up and
Little brother
smacks you
comes-
upside the
yeah,
head.
comes in and
But
takes
it's-
it.
but it's-
Hey,
it's
take out the
motivation.
trash,
Oh,
brother.
yeah.
It's motivation. I want to be better than my big brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, we got some elite football players in the state of Louisiana, and this quarterback class for the 2027 classification. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alex. If I'm in the wrong class, Dunham quarterback Elijah Haven,
27.
Evangel quarterback Peyton Houston
27.
earns scholarship offers from LSU after week 4. Congratulations, 2 good ones in the state in 2027 class.
Transfer
Yeah.
portal gonna be
Yeah,
hot.
they're gonna be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I tell you, man,
Unbelievable.
the quarterbacks, the quality of quarterbacks we have in the state this year is unreal, and the Shreveport area especially. And we talk about Peyton and all them, dude.
Mm-hmm. Peyton senior this year, yeah.
Ben Taylor. Oh my gosh.
We'll talk about him in a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Question in the chat:
yeah.
nominee for best mascot in the state. I gotta go with Snoopy.
Snoopy Flyer.
And Loyola Prep.
Loyola?
Let's go with Laloya Private, Laloya Prep, and Snoopy.
Damn.
Matt told me
Go.
that they have a little
that's
Snoopy,
wild.
that little Charlie Brown little Snoopy house behind the end zone. They said they have one.
Come on.
A little Snoopy house with Snoopy on top.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
I think when it comes to like at least mascots, at least unique names, Leesville and Mandeville kind of stick out a little bit.
Wampus Cats,
Skippers,
Skippers.
Wampus Cats, yeah.
The Raiders, and the Tigers,
That's all that matters.
and the
That's all.
Devils,
That's all
That's
that
right.
matters.
And the Gators.
and the Gators. We're simple around here.
Yeah.
We are very simple.
Peyton Houston, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a sophomore, junior. I don't think.
Oh, don't
He's
forget
27
Farmers.
class.
That's
Yeah,
another
he's
that's
a
pretty
sophomore.
good. That's
You
pretty
say senior,
unique
he's a
one.
sophomore.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Which one?
Hey, it's
Union
time
Pass.
we start having a serious conversation about Big Rustin. And when we call them Big Rustin, defending state champs,
Big Bad.
they hold the state's longest winning streak right now at 17 after playing 3 powerhouses outside the state of Louisiana. They will play another on Friday night in Stephenville. I think they're Stephenville. I think they're
Stephenville.
7-0 coming in, or they're going there. But 4 in a row. Ruston holds the state's longest winning streak at 17. If they go and win it again, that'll make it what 27 in a row, or with a bye maybe 26.
Yeah,
Ruston
you're
keeps
right.
winning all these games out of state. They're gonna say we don't care about the state championship in Louisiana. Give us a national championship shot.
Hey, I
And
like
they
They,
that.
should-
they should be
I
ranked.
should be
like
ranked.
I'm
that.
gonna tell y'all
They should
something
be
though.
ranked in the
They
top,
go-
top
It
10.
ain't gonna be Stephenville's
Stephen
dog
pretty
going.
good.
They were, I
That's
think,
gonna
5A
be-
or 6A
Well,
championship in
It's gonna
Dallas.
be a dandy.
Well, Justin Miller was pretty good too. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Longview was pretty good.
You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to start having a serious conversation. They're the best team in the state right now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you another team in their district who's not too shabby.
Yeah,
on
but
their
right
rear.
now,
Neville.
right now,
Oh, I know.
they going. They got 4 in a row. You got to give them their.
Oh, yeah,
give them their
absolutely.
props.
Yeah, it's like no one in the state.
Looking at it, they beat a really good Longview team. Beat a really good Midland High team,
And then
and
the last one
they
was.
got Stephenville.
Yeah. I think they're 7.
Cabot, Arkansas was pretty good, and then beat Acadiana week 1.
Yep. So resume, yes,
Yes,
it's up
absolutely.
there.
Yeah, you're right.
Listen to this one. We don't ever talk about Parkway. We don't ever talk about Dirty Red. But I'm going to talk about them today because they're 4-0. And after week 4, they cruised past Natchitoches Central after a school record was shattered behind a 505-yard rushing night. In a single game.
Rushing.
With
I told 'em.
two
Rushing.
two guys went for over 100 yards, and Carmelo Mayo went for 216. Dirty Red 4-0, 505 running the football.
I saw that
From
stat. I think
one person
No.
No,
3.
team.
combined.
four guys.
No Natchitoches
Three or
Central
four.
next week.
Uh-oh. 4-0, Dirty Red, and correct me if I'm wrong, when we thought about Parkway a few years back when they played for the state title, it was slinging the rock around.
Yeah.
Now, 505, incredible, but they come out of that game and lose their starting quarterback. Quarterback's injured. 505, that's impressive, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, and they must have saw something on film that they can.
Yeah. That they can exploit.
Yeah, you know, I mean, if they're a running team, if
Right.
they're a passing team, and they see something on the run, they're just gonna stick with it, you know.
Right.
Parkway, they got a big one this week, ladies and gentlemen. Parkway Bird, we're going to pick it later. Battle of the undefeateds.
Sooner than later.
Yeah.
How about this? I need to know if anybody has any insights in the chat before we make our picks later. If you guys know something, key injuries affect week 4 games throughout the state of Louisiana. What is the health on Antoine? What is the health on Diesel? We're down to our 3rd string quarterback at Port Barry. There's a lot of teams right now throughout the state of Louisiana that are battling key injuries. Does anybody have any related news of the health of some of these players? Let us know in the chat. You guys, what y'all heard?
Yeah, about the same as you. We good on our front.
No, there was one at the Beauchamp game.
There we go. Diesel's green lighted.
He's been awesome. There was one of our running backs. He ran through the sideline and whatnot. Got tackled by 2 or 3 guys. It looked like he had a dislocated elbow. They had his arm. His arm was hanging out in the cast and whatnot. But hopefully he's going to be back relatively soon. Hopefully that initial diagnosis, that's it. It can be taken care of. And
Oof.
it's probably going to miss this week, but hopefully next week or 2 weeks.
Lafayette Renaissance, that's a heck of a quarterback they got right there. Likely not playing this week. Oof.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It don't
tough.
matter.
Menard running back out.
So you got bullshit.
Torn ACL. And then Coach Scully says that their running back is healthy and ready to go for Oakdale. So Marksville's running back is back. And Menard's lost for the season. And Jabari Antoine out for the season.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
no.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I've heard the same thing. I just have not
Confirmed.
got it confirmed yet.
Take it.
Still getting checked out, but will be held out this week. So a lot to unfold to make some of our picks later on, because
Right.
we went into week 4, made some picks, and then there was guys that didn't even play the following that a couple
That
days
week,
later, where I would have went a certain way if I'd have known some of these guys wasn't playing. That makes
Correct,
sense?
correct. Yeah, injuries. You know,
Yeah.
we gotta as much. I hate to say it, we need as much info to make a good pick. You
Yeah.
know, but
Yep.
you know, it's crazy.
Because a player do determine. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, you know, they're Bobby Boucher out there,
No, no.
but a player does determine the outcome of some game.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
LCA.
okay.
He just put in the chat 7 starters were out last week.
Yeah, the running back Noel.
Yep.
Yeah,
Didn't play.
The freshman still, stepped up. Caden Bellard.
Right.
Yeah, but a player, you know, we make these picks based on overall team.
Right.
You know, and if that one player that can make a difference on that team is not playing,
How important is Diesel to Cecilia?
right?
Right. Most definitely.
They lost
How
by
important is
27-0.
Antoine
Yeah.
to Westgate?
Right, you know.
Right.
So, you know, it is a team sport,
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
but
They drive the ship.
at one player.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it could be multiple players,
Yeah.
but when you have them playing together, they gelling.
Right.
Jail, yep, absolutely.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Homecoming week in Port Barre, and we're down to quarterback number 3.
Number
Hey, man,
three.
keep drinking.
Right.
Yeah, I
Keep
heard
drinking.
about
A lot.
I heard about Kirk told me a little bit about it all last week.
No,
We got our best receiver will play quarterback this week, so we'll see how things turn out.
but then we heard, I think, we were talking earlier that South Bow has some injuries too.
Bo's injuries are starting
You
to
know, they're
pile
starting
up.
to pile up too. So,
I had no idea.
so I mean, so that might be a which flip of the coin, or basically whoever has the least amount of band-aids, you know, on the team. You know,
I'll tell you who does not have Band-Aids going into week 5. Edna Carr and St. Aug take care of business in week 4 to set up a massive showdown Saturday. Heavyweights will battle. That one is looming, and that could give you all the questions that you need answered if St. Aug goes and wins that football game. Because we know they're pretty good. We know they have a shot to make a run. They go beat Carr on Saturday. Oof.
yeah,
They're for real.
but-
But Edna Carr, slow start a week ago, cruise control the rest of the way.
It's gonna be a shootout.
yeah. But Carr is still the University of Edna Carr, baby. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, they are still Carr, and they are.
But this is about
There's
this is about the best game that we could say that these two will probably play in the last 5 years.
Most definitely. Those
The best competitive.
St.
game.
Aug,
There you go.
and Carr. I mean, that's
They're-
quality competition.
Both
no matter
of them
what.
are contenders, right, Alex?
Yes, sir.
You
Both of them are
you
contenders.
pretty much got two teams that mirror each other.
Correct.
It's who won't be more disciplined, who not gonna turn the ball over, you know, and maybe who got the ball last.
Correct. It might be.
I'll tell you what, it will be live on LHSAA Network, which will be on YouTube, and I will be glued in at 7 o'clock Saturday night on that football game.
Right.
Be watching it too. That's
You're
crazy.
right.
Well, stay home, man.
Hey, man,
I'm gonna drive out
You
there.
want to drive out there?
I was.
Well, there you go. That's going to be a heck of a night game, and we're going to pick it in a little while.
Yeah.
Alexandria Opelousas playing an instant classic last week. St. Thomas More and Karen Crow still a lot to play for moving forward. And UTL games, what a memorable week for it was. Guys, starts real quick. Ash OHS Instant Classic, STM Crow, still a lot to play for.
Yeah, both of them, you know, that game right here in Opelousas was a really good game last week. And like you said, STM and Crow, records we're not used to seeing, but everything's still ahead for them, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it was a good one, man. Every play, you know. So yeah, college recruits in the building, Tennessee, LSU, a bunch of them,
Right.
and all those kids put on the show.
Appreciate you.
From Zach to Ford to Lindsay, you know, everything, every bit advertised.
Well, that's the type of game that you know you don't want. Somebody has to lose it, but it's a shame that it has to happen. But you know, our heart's always going to be with OHS. But I mean, that had to be
That'd have been.
one of the best games of the year.
I went back and rewatched it on Saturday from 446 Sports, and man, what a battle!
Yeah, I was kind of keeping an eye on some of the scores and stuff at the Beauchamp game. Nia was actually kind of giving me an update. First update she gave me was 20-7 Opelousas. I was like, well, okay, Opelousas going to win this game.
Yeah.
We break for halftime, and the next thing I heard, it was 34-35 Alexandra. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then she showed me the final score. I was like, wow, it was hard fought to the end. I mean, I didn't go watch it on 446 Sports. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I might, but if it's as good as y'all said it is, I'll probably take a look back at it. You know, so.
Absolutely.
You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, it
For
was.
sure.
It was one of those games where
You wish you would have covered.
wish we could have been there.
We wish we could have been there.
Yeah.
But shout out to Opelousas and Ash putting on an absolute thriller
Yes.
in week 4. Got some questions for you guys, and we gotta get to pick your brains here, okay?
All right.
Picking brains here tonight.
All right.
And we're gonna get to games, I promise. I promise. Now here the question, and this is for everyone.
All right.
Best year 2 start for these head coaches at these certain schools that I will mention, okay? I want to know your thoughts on what they have done in just 2 years. This is schools and head football coaches that are out to 4-0 starts locally here, okay?
In year 2. All right.
Opelousas Catholic, Cullen Mathern, year 2, 4-0 start. Catholic Appointee, Jacob Carruth, Baker James Dartez, Central Baton Rouge, David Semino, and Bunkie Jimmy Hillman. We start with the Vikings. Cullen Mathern has those guys playing really good football out the gate. Your thoughts of the Vikings right now?
Yeah, I think it's super impressive because, you know, when it started the season, it was like, hey, we're kind of busted up. We have a few key guys out. You know, we're young. We don't know how it's going to go. And then, bam, here we are. And they have a very good resume going into week 5. So, very impressive job. You know, it's easy it's easier to coach when you have your full team, you have talent everywhere. But you really find out what a coach is made of when you have injuries, when you have a young team, and you can still put that together, get them motivated, and win some games.
Chris, Catholic Appointee, Jacob Carruth, changing the offense from what we were traditionally accustomed to, smash mouth football. They're lining up in the spread. They're still going to run the ball first from the shotgun, but Jacob Carruth, year 2, my man, he's really setting the standard for Hornet football again.
Yeah, I think he walked into a perfect situation. You got athletes there, and you had the core was still there. You had the foundation was already built. You know, with them pounding the rock, and then with them on the in the spring, not the spring, in the fall, when they go run the levees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got tradition.
Right.
They ain't got many players there, but they got 100% buy-in.
That's it.
Yes.
And that's all he needed.
Yep.
Typical one.
And like you said, they condition themselves. This team is not scared to work out. They're
Right.
not scared to get it on the levees and run. They're not scared to get in the weight room and condition.
Gary, year 2, Bunkie High School, Jimmy Hillman. What a tremendous job he's doing over there, and he's starting to separate himself where he might have himself a shot to go win something this year.
He is bringing Bunkie back to the Bunkie of old. Bunkie of old, I'm gonna tell you right now, Bunkie back in my day, we were scared to go against them. It was unbelievable. But let me tell you something. They went down for us, but he woke them up. We've been covering them. That was one of the best games we went and watched last year. Didn't get a chance to see him this year myself. But, I'm going to tell you, he is just doing what it takes. He's changing the culture back to the way it was. He's doing an awesome job.
Year 2, Bunkie Panthers. Watch
Yeah.
out. We go to you, Jake. Central Baton Rouge, Coach David Semino. He's won everywhere he's been, my friend. Catholic Appointee brought him to the Dome.
Yes.
Catholic of Baton Rouge brought him to Tulane. And now Central Baton Rouge.
He's
Legitimate shot to get them in year 2 to the state championship game.
Nobody needs to sleep on them. Period.
Great,
Like you said,
great football
He's
team.
won everywhere he's went. He knows how to build a program up, and I'm gonna tell you right now, people aren't paying attention to Central. I'm telling you, if it ain't this year, it's in the next 2 to 3 years. He's gonna at least get close to the dome, if not in the dome.
Yeah,
Central's
I
got
agree.
some really good athletes, a really good thing going there, great potential. They've always had great athletes. We know that. The whole Baton Rouge area
Just
staff.
needed the right man.
Yes, and I believe he is the
And
right man.
he is the right guy for that program.
Don't sleep on Central.
No nonsense. Let's do it.
Enoch,
For real.
Baker Buffaloes, Coach James Dartez, year 2. He's got his Buffaloes off to a 4-0 start. We were there. You see how much pride he takes in his job, and the guys over there, he's really turned the program around.
Oh, absolutely. Baker had kind of been struggling since the big flood from 2016, and they had lost a lot of people that used to live in that community, just didn't come back.
Yeah.
And you can tell by the enrollment numbers that went down. They went from 4A to 2A in like 8 years.
Right.
But Dartez was over there. He was willing to take to accept the challenge and whatnot. And he's got those kids believing, man.
Yes.
You could kind of see it last year, but I think it's absolutely more evident this year. When I got to talk to a few of those kids and whatnot, I got to talk to a couple of the parents and stuff too, just throughout before the game and whatnot. And they have a lot of optimism in what Dartez has been doing, man. He's absolutely the right fit for that job, and I think he could take Baker reasonably
heights?
far this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can take him reasonably far as long as things go the way that they're supposed to.
That place is oozing with potential.
Got a big
Oh,
one this
yes.
week at home. I'm
Yes.
sure the stadium will be packed. So congratulations. Year 2 starts for some locals around the area. 4-0, and a lot of these guys are good friends to the panel, good friends to everyone here, and we can't thank them enough for what they've done for UTL. Congratulations. Looking forward to seeing what they do moving forward. Back to you, Alec. Thoughts on these teams on strong starts in their debuts. Westminster Lafayette 3-1, North Iberville 4-0, Lafayette Renaissance 4-0. 3 schools debuts, and they're all blazing.
Yeah, North Iberville probably would be the biggest shocker of that group. We knew Westminster Lafayette was going to be good just because of the area they're in. They're going to pull kids. You know, that area of the state's growing so much. Lafayette Renaissance is the same way. You know, you're right there, north side of Lafayette. You're going to pull all the talent you want. Great coaching staff there. But North Iberville, we know that was going to happen. You know, they started their football program back up, had a decent year, and then bam. You know, they're undefeated and they're shocking people left and right. So that's going to be a team that we're going to have to look at going forward and see what they can do throughout the tougher part of their season.
Chris, thoughts on these 3 schools making their debuts this year?
North Iberville is kind of not like a shocker because you pulling kids from Livonia, New Roads,
So Ponkapee Parish?
Ponkapee Parish, Port Allen, you know. So you
In a little perfect area.
it's
It's a hidden gem.
right.
Yes.
Just like how Livonia was when they closed Ponkapee High.
Central.
Central, yeah.
Yeah. So Livonia, all the kids went to Livonia, but from what and I hear you in that area, and then you cross that bridge and you can go to West Feliciana,
Where was Ponkapee Central? Morganza?
Ponkapee and New Roads.
New Roads.
Right.
Okay.
So you can, but
Oh,
but North Iberville is like North Iberville is taking over that area right now, and then Lafayette Renaissance, man. I say coaching.
Yeah.
Coaching. When you bring coaches that has won, Trev, and the other coach that was at LCA.
Landry.
Yeah.
Hunter Landry.
Hunter
yeah.
Landry.
Yeah.
And the kids bought in when they were at LCA. So it's no different from them buying in now. Even
So what?
it's good.
So Westminster of Lafayette, great hire in the offseason. They went and got a guy from Acadiana High School, so you got a good one whenever you go and get one from that school.
Right.
North Iberville, Coach Joshua Gast over there. Year 3 from him. Remember, you had to do the 2 JV years.
Yeah.
But North Riverville, tremendous start. A phenomenal football coach and a great friend to the program. I wish him nothing but success in the near future. And the Lafayette Renaissance, the dynasty has started to begin.
Right.
In
They
year
have a
1.
lot. They have a lot of talent over there.
They're
Young,
locked and
young.
loaded, and they got
Yeah.
the right coaching staff
Yes.
around.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
I'm sold on all 3 of those.
All 3 of those schools have good coaches in place, good talent pool to draw from, and so I see nothing but strong and powerful future for all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're keeping a close eye because when you got records like that, you're on everyone's radar.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
And
Most
absolutely on this panel for sure.
Enough talking about it. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be gonna spread the awareness a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Most definitely.
I talked to Coach Gass this week. Told him he's doing a tremendous job. 4-0 start. Look out for North Iberville. Look out for Westminster Lafayette. And look out for Lafayette Renaissance. Let's go to question number 3 for you guys, okay? We seen some games last week. You were there. I was there. You was there.
Yeah.
And we're familiar when it comes down to teams playing spread offenses versus teams that like to run the football, okay? So we're familiar with that. A quick play score in the blink of an eye offense or an offense that extends drives, eats up the clock, limited possessions, okay? I want you to put yourself in the shoes of a football coach here and approach your approach to a game like that, knowing that if you're in the spread, do you start pressing where we got to score every time, knowing we might not get many chances back at the football? Or when you on the other side of the football and it's ground and pound, we're going to eat the clock and limit their positions because that might be our only shot to pull off a big upset. Do you start to think to yourself, I must score on these long drives? These long drives are cute and I can eat up 8 to 10 minutes, but if we come up empty and don't get points here, so third downs are crucial when you're on those long drives. Your thoughts, do you start pressing in the spread? Do you start getting overthinking and saying these long drives are cute, but we got to get points?
I think it's a catch-22 for both teams
Real
because
quick, because we saw it 2 games last week.
Yeah.
it's
We did.
catch-22 because if you have a team that only runs the ball and you come up against a defense that can stop you, it takes 1, maybe 2 stops,
That's why third downs are so crucial.
and then next thing you know, you're down 14.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and then
Blink of an eye.
and then all you can do is run the ball because that's what you do. So it's a catch-22 for both teams. I think if you're in a spread offense, you just have to do what you have to do because when you get the ball, you have to make sure you score, but don't do anything uncharacteristic. Do what you do. If you have to run the ball to pass the ball, run the ball to pass the ball. Get at the end of the day, get the points and try to get your stops on defense because it's not going to take much, and you'll find yourself in the lead.
Because real quick, Chris, before you go, we saw an instance of Oakdale, major clock. They ate the clock.
I
love to see it
watch
come.
the end of
And
that
Lake
game,
Arthur.
I
man.
want to see the top
Ooh.
possession sheet on that.
Lake
Yeah,
Arthur.
light.
1 play, 2 play, boom, touchdown. Like that quick. So we saw North Vermilion slow things down, keep Northside's offense off the field. And they did a pretty good job of that for 48 minutes. And so my question was, when you see those type of things, put yourself in the shoes on both sides.
I mean, you saw the film. You watched the asshole chess game last week, and that's what it was. You know, you got to as an offense that you're gonna run the ball. You know your identity. Is we gonna I'm gonna give you an example. You love Acadiana.
Yeah.
We're gonna run this veer down your throat.
Right.
We ain't changing the script.
Right.
We're gonna run it, but we gotta score. If we don't score, we turn the ball over on downs. Now our defense got to stop them from doing what they do, and maybe and they probably stop them.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you back to square one.
Right.
Whoever have that advantage going into the final seconds of the game.
Correct. I mean,
So Gary, how about this, Gary? When you're in a offense like Oakdale or Acadiana or some similars down the road, when you're in an offense like that, how crucial is it knowing the other side can score the blink of an eye, but turnovers could really put you in a hole in a heartbeat.
Right. And
So holding on to the football on these long drives.
that's the key. When you have a ball control offense, Acadiana, as much fear the veer. I'm gonna tell you, you know me. I love the veer. When you have that type of offense, you cannot turn the ball over. You have to stay in control of it, and you have to pound it, and you have to score, especially when you're going against somebody that can, score within 2 or 3 plays. So that's very important that you limit the turnovers, but you have to basically it's crunch time. Gain control of the game, keep the ball in your hands, and keep that high-powered throwing offense off the field.
So
It's very important
does
to do that.
overthinking start to happen on the sideline where, man, if we don't score here, it's 14-0 real quick?
No, because you have some coaches, they just gonna be calm about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just gonna listen. If it's the first half, it's no rush.
Right.
We gonna stick to the script. We gonna do what we do.
Knocked down
You know what I'm saying?
14.
Like example, Jordy, we was up 28-14 on Ash last weekend.
Yeah.
Coach asked the offense to give me 28 points and we gonna win the game. He gave him 40. We still lost. At the end of the day, it's what your identity is.
Right. Oh, I agree. I agree with you.
And in that case, we still threw the ball and scored points throwing the ball. So you just never know with some of these teams, but your identity is set.
Real quick on that, when you get to these bigger schools in the state of Louisiana and you see these offenses matching up, when you know the other side of the football, they can go 1 play, 2 plays, 6. Do you get into the when you just got back on the field after an 8, 9, 10-minute drive on the other side of the football and you just got the football back, you know you can go in 3 plays. Do you start to think to yourself, man, I got to get my defense some rest here, or is we got to go score again? Right? If we're going to score in 1 play, so be it.
You have to.
Yeah.
And you guys can answer too.
Yeah, you have to, because at the end of the day, like, your defense is going to be on the field more than your offense. And let's say, for instance, we score in them that 10-minute drive. Then they come out there, they pop, bam, defense back on the field.
So I'll give you a good example. How about a Union Parish versus a Calvary Baptist? That would be a good example of Union slow pace down the field. Calvary come back 1 play.
Yeah.
And Calvary doesn't have any guys blowing both
Yeah.
ways.
But that's the advantage for Calvary, because Union is on the field, and your offense has to be in sync.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when you get these 2 running teams that run against each other,
Right.
and whoever got the ball
Yeah.
last.
To me, you got the power ball control that's going out there when you are, and I hate to say it this way, but that's just what I believe. When you score too quick and your defense has to go back on the field, in the long run, that's going to hurt you, because that defense is going to be wiped out, and they're not going to be able to stop the ball control team. So it's going to be you have to score, but you have to try to don't score in 2 plays. Try to score and drive it down the field a little bit, even though there's more big plays going. Just don't try to score too quick, because then your defense is going back on there, and before you know it, they're going to be dead.
And I'll say it like this. I think when you got teams like air raid assaults or spread offenses or whatnot, you can still do explosive plays and you can still get those big games, but you don't necessarily have to be up tempo or even no huddle about it.
Right.
You can still execute those plays and execute them well.
Right.
But if you just do like a regular huddle or whatnot, that way your
Tell it
defense
to
is
another
sitting down,
zone.
they're recovering. You can score.
I
if
know what
you-
to say that says that.
Yeah.
Put the ball down.
Yeah.
Put the ball down. Let's go.
The chain crew got to be in shape.
You're right.
Yeah,
100%.
But and that's another thing. Conditioning. If you have if your team is conditioned
Yeah.
to do that and to go against that,
Tell you what,
Yeah.
Airlines
Yeah.
defense must be always tired.
Jaw.
are conditioned very, very well.
Coming
I
back
hope
on the
so.
field quick. You
You
got anything to add to that before we go to the next one?
Are we good?
No, we
Let's
good.
keep
Go.
going.
It's the midway point of the season right now.
week 5.
It is. as a coach, do you start peeking towards these rankings right now, or is that something that's in the back of your mind? Also, your approach to maybe some guys that are sore right now, injuries, little knick-knack stuff, knowing that you have to be healthy late when you're chasing down district titles, or you're chasing down first-round buys or home playoff games. Does practices start to ramp up these next couple weeks, or do you slow things down knowing they got big district title games that awaits? A mouthful right there, Alex. Did you get it all? I can give it to you real quick.
No.
Does coaches start to peek at those rankings knowing that these next couple weeks are crucial, and if you got injuries, knowing that you need those guys late, how aggressive are you there? And then practices ramp up, slow down. Your thoughts?
No, so on the power rating side, you really can't start taking a look at that until you hit district play. Once you're a game or two in the district, you start taking a look at it, see, hey, we might fall here, we might fall there. But at the end of the day, you got to win your games, and you win your games, you're fine. So as a coach, you don't really. I'll be honest with you. Head coaches don't start looking at that until week 9, week 10, just to kind of get an idea. They know who the last couple games are. Hey, let's see who we might match up with. What happens. What we expect to happen happens.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of practices, I think it's team by team basis, but you have to find your spots. So if you know, hey, we feel pretty confident going in this district game, through practice, I'm gonna give my starters some break because I know my second team is probably gonna play the majority of the second half, if not majority of the game. So let me do it that way. I'm gonna give some breaks here because during the game they're gonna get breaks as well. I want to make sure my second team's ready to go. But I think that's the only way that you're going to do it at this point in time and not mess up the flow of everything.
Gotcha. Chris, speak on the injuries right now, and also you could touch on the other two if you would like.
Injuries, man, you have to take care of your body. Like, you're going to have a little nick here, nick there. You just have to take care of your body.
So knowing that you need them guys later on
Right.
down the season, it might be best where limited role or not even
Right.
play them that week.
And with the ranking, like, I mean, listen, all the coaches gonna see the rankings. They're gonna see it. They're gonna peep at it. They're gonna look at it. Oh shit, why are we here? Why are we there? Why they drop out this and that? At the end of the day, take care of what you can take care of. Win your games.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all you have to do.
Right.
What was the other one?
Practices, do they ramp up at the halfway stretch, or do they start to mellow until somewhere in the middle?
I can give you an example. Our kids didn't touch another soul until the jamboree.
Okay. Cancel games.
Cancel spring council, fall council, jamboree. We don't even count that because that wasn't
Mud Bowl.
exactly.
Yeah.
Then week 1 we had Turtles. Okay, pretty much gave the game away.
Good physical ball game.
Right. Week 2 was canceled. Then week 3. So the guys are really starting to gel now.
Okay.
Some teams it's taking them that long. Especially when you schedule teams that's really not too strong. Pretty much you're going out there scrimmaging and getting fine tuned for your district.
Right.
But you just have to just keep pushing, keep chopping.
Right. I mean, to me, practices need to be consistent. That's where you get your timing. That's where you get the personnel right. That's where you get it. But you also got to set yourself up where, okay, Johnny's banged up a little bit this week, so Joey's going to kind of take his place a little bit to see where he's at.
You still gonna play now, Johnny?
Still going to play. But, you're going to have a backup the way you're going to come out every
Right.
now and again. So that's when you start setting up your team as a whole to where you can actually, Johnny gets hurt real bad, and he's out for a couple weeks. Well, you got the other guy that's coming in, and he's used to getting part of the reps. That's what it's about. That's where your practices start. But as far as your plays and material and that should be some tweaks. But they should know how to run most of the plays.
Stick to the
Like
script.
that. Stick to the script. That's right.
Jake, thoughts?
Yeah, as far as power ratings, man, I will say this. If you're in District 3-5A, that Acadiana, Barb, Sulphur District, or if you're in that Shreveport District 1-5A,
Or the Catholic League.
Or
Or
Catholic
go-
League, yeah.
or go
I mean,
south.
I don't think a majority of your coaches are even worried about power ranking still, like you said, about that week 8 or 9 or 10. There might be a couple because of how large the district is, just keep really peeking at it early on. Because, like I said, most of these district games started 2 weeks ago. If you got a 9-team district like that, Shreveport, they started week 2, okay? So, but, you know, I used to hang my hat. I used to think coaches would hang their hat on that at the beginning of the season. Well, I was dead wrong. But I agree. I think if you're a coach, look at power rankings, it really don't matter if you're playing in the Shreveport district or the Catholic League, playing gauntlets every week. I think you really just got to, you know, look at it, you know, tell your kids down and say, hey, let's just do this week by week. Let's,
Let's go win a
let's
district
go
title.
yeah, let's focus. Yeah, don't worry about seeding. Go win a district title. Win the games you're supposed to win. Stay
Play
healthy.
itself out.
And like you said, work in some second strings. Get these kids get some reps in. Because like you said, Gary, if Johnny's got a tweak in his ankle, Joey needs to be ready.
Don't say that again.
Okay. I mean, Joey needs to be ready to get some reps, you know. And then, like you said, if first string gets hurt for a couple weeks, second string's in and has the reps, you know. So.
It's hard to keep up with the comments tonight. You guys are phenomenal tonight. Enoch,
Yes.
thoughts real quick on those topics.
So power rankings, you really these coaches I've been around, they usually don't peek at it till like week 8.
Because right now it's a mess.
Yeah.
Right.
They got some teams
right
that
now,
Yeah.
there's
are
like,
not even ranked in the top 10 right now.
Right. That
And
And
probably
people are asking,
should,
why are they
and it's-
here?
We got some pissed off
Just give it
people,
time.
too.
Well, it's like
Comments.
yeah, because whenever you start playing familiar foes in district, and then
Yeah.
your non-district's either going to help you or it's going to hurt you in their districts. That's when it really matters. Week 8, week 9, week 10. That's probably really only when you should start looking at it because
Yeah.
I mean it's not like that really small district: Erath, Abbeville, Kaplan, and St. Martinville. They only have 3 district games. They already seen what their non-district looks like. They played all 7 of them at that point.
You're right.
See how the first week goes, and then at week 9, how are the teams going? Okay, we kind of already had an idea. But when it comes to the bigger leagues, then if you got it week 2, you're not really going to be helping district as much. You're hoping that your other district teams won their non-district games, the 2 that they had, and you're just going to be beating each other up, especially in the bigger districts. So it's like it kind of just depends. And as far as the whole practice thing and all that goes, it's pretty simple. As long as you stay consistent, keep working with what works, discontinue what doesn't and whatnot. And especially later on in the year, I've noticed that teams tend to lay off the contact a little bit just to keep their guys out there, whether they have injuries or not.
Yeah.
You tend to
Can't afford to lose a key
most
player.
teams tend to lack up because you don't want them to get hurt in practice and like, oh wait, he can't play.
And
Yeah.
I will
So-
say this.
Last thing, and then I gotta go.
Yeah, if you're a fan and your team's good and you're looking around, why are they down to 15? Why aren't they top 12? Y'all need to
Not
just
everybody
look at
can be DeQuincy
that-
and rank
Right.
2.
Okay,
Are
so
you two?
apparently, what I'm saying is, if your team's really good, but your team's ranked way down here in 15, don't
gonna play-
panic.
it's gonna
Look
play
at
itself
it.
out.
Look at it like the coaches look at it. Don't pay attention till about week 8 or 9 or 10.
Don't play itself
So,
out.
it
Yeah,
will.
that's right.
Always
It
does.
is October, ladies and gentlemen. That means Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I want to know the panel's thoughts of seeing these players, cheerleaders, wearing pink these next couple weeks. What an awesome thing that we see year in and year out. This is big
Yeah.
for you.
Well, if you don't know, I'm a cancer survivor. I've had cancer earlier. It wasn't breast cancer, but I mean, anytime you have a cancer awareness, that's very special to me. I've also lost some very special people in my life to breast cancer. So it makes it special for me, but to see everybody getting involved and trying to find a cure for this, because I'm gonna tell you right now, as a survivor and as meeting the people that I've met in my life and going through, seeing what people go through at the different stages of this disease, I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It's something that I take pride in whenever you see the pink on on the cleats or the tape or the wrist or something. That just means
Even
that
the
they're
bows and the cheerleaders.
yeah. Even the bow. It's something that means that people are understanding how, first of all, how vicious this disease is.
Yes.
And you know, we got to all come together to try to wipe this out because it's not good. And I want to say thank you to everybody that does that.
Yeah.
And we're thankful that you're still here with us, Gary. And
Yeah, my
Me
dad,
too, man.
yeah.
My dad had lung
Praise the
cancer.
Lord.
My dad had lung cancer when I was a sophomore in high school. That's kind of why I ended up stopped playing. But big reason why. But you know, you worry obviously. You know, is it going to be all right and stuff like that. And luckily, my dad's been in remission for 12 years. You
That's
know.
good. That's great to hear.
Nothing. He gets checked up on his lungs every 6 months. In those 12 years, nothing has came up at all. So it's been great as far as that goes. So, but I mean, you know, when you see the pink and stuff like that, it kind of, at least for me anyway, it hits home a little bit because I've had people that survived and I've had people that succumbed to that.
Did see Mamu make a post saying it is they're asking for everyone to wear pink on Thursday night. So let October begin. Looking forward to seeing a lot of pink in stadiums around the state of Louisiana.
I'm excited for
There's
that
nothing
too.
wrong
Yeah,
with wearing
the
pink.
NFL this past week did their crucial catch thing, which is like their cancer sort of
Yeah.
thing or whatnot.
Well, you're going to see it more this month.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a wonderful thing, you know. And,
So it is homecoming week for a lot of schools, and next week, maybe the next week after that. But I gotta throw the question to you, Alex. With homecoming games going on these next couple weeks, how do you think coaches go about limiting the distractions and keeping them locked in for a game after a crazy week? I know our coaching staff hates homecoming week. I'm sure it's a difficult task.
Ours did too.
A lot of distractions. Still got a game to play on Friday or even Thursday.
Yeah, the good news is that for majority of teams, a lot of coaches set up homecoming week for that to be one of their less crucial games.
Okay.
So I'm sure all coaches can't stand it. You know, you probably got kids getting in trouble doing, cutting up a little bit. But at the end of the day, for most programs, that's usually one of their games that they feel like they can handle. So I think you want your kids to have a little bit of fun, but you just kind of want to keep it.
Still got a job to do on Friday.
Have a job to do. You don't want anybody getting hurt doing nothing silly, pep rallies and stuff like that. But I think for the most part, it's just let's try to get through this week and get back to just football.
Right.
Chris?
Yeah, same. But they can care less about homecoming. Like you said, they can schedule a point that they know they can not to prepare for, but you still got to take them serious.
Right.
At the end of the day,
And then look what he said. LCA Notre Dame. That's homecoming. You got to prepare for that one.
yeah, I mean, we Zachary homecoming upon this week.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
so,
I didn't know that.
so I mean, you just have to prepare for it, and kids just roaming around the school, ain't doing nothing, skipping class, and you just never know what they're doing. But they still got to be locked in.
Locked in.
Yeah, you're right.
Make sure you add practice that evening. Some teams even practice it right before school in the morning. So make sure you add practice. Make sure you're watching film. Make sure you're keeping your body halfway hydrated throughout the week. And it's a business game on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to business, and then after, enjoy the week.
Right. You're right.
Don't be rolling people's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never met a coach.
Have you watched Facebook lately, man? It's all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
I've never met a coach, even the coaches that coach their alma mater, whether they're a positional or a head coach. I've never met a single one of them that enjoyed homecoming week, whether if it was early in the season or late in the season.
They enjoy it if they win it.
Right, but they don't. They never enjoy the build up to it because it tends to be more chaos than it needs to be.
Distractions.
All the distractions
Like
and
you
stuff
said, there's more distractions that week than any other week.
than any others.
We're gonna enjoy ours this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah. And we got our hands full for ours.
Yeah.
We're injured, so we'll see what happens.
Ours was fun. So
Speaking of homecoming week, it is a 10-year reunion for myself, and I'm going north. Going north to call a football game. So wife will be there in my honor.
There you go.
Best running back field we've seen in 6 years of doing this. Agree to disagree?
Yeah, running backs all
Across
over
the
the
state.
state. My
Yeah,
goodness.
I mean,
man.
you can't
Yeah.
just. God.
You got 4 stars, 5 stars.
Yeah.
Man, you had Lindsey and Ford last week on the field.
Mhm.
They both put a show on.
Barry down in New Orleans.
Yeah, what Harlan Berry's doing.
Oh, God.
What
you're right.
Shepard did with Mandeville
Yeah.
last week. What
Kevon,
Drew Bailey and
Pat-
Sam Houston.
Parker did for Shaw last week against
Yeah.
LCA. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
most
Xavier
definitely.
Ford.
yeah, Ford's doing it with
Jackie Ford.
Leesville.
Yeah, he's pretty much carrying the team.
Yeah. You just sit back and you go like, he did what?
Yeah.
You know, it's just
And
unbelievable.
listen, you got some
What
guys
team?
that don't even have the name and the stars that these other guys have. That still,
They're making-
because you can tell these teams. The kid from Ruston,
Right.
you know,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
he's good.
Well, they got a lot of unknowns that are starting to raise some eyebrows, and they say, "Well, this guy's good too," you know, and they're not getting the recognition that the other guys are.
Yeah. That is great running back room this
Absolutely.
season, and I think we're going to be in for a treat the rest of the way. Y'all,
Yes,
you,
sir.
you guys think the same?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
most definitely.
110%
Sure.
agree. Yes.
Records will be broken, and
There'll be some phenomenal
That's what
playoff
we
games
ran.
this year.
I believe so.
Got some nice weather ahead. Excitement level for the cold weather that should be here in the next coming weeks, months, maybe. The chase for the district titles will ramp up. Give us your thoughts. Colder weather on the way. District title games won't be long.
Yeah, no, it's here. Once you hit October, you're in that home stretch, back half of the season. So it's exciting. Weather's cooling off. District races are starting, so it's getting fun.
Grab your hoodies, and it's football weather.
Football weather, and you cooking gumbo this year, right?
On definitely for homecoming.
Homecoming gumbo. Gary,
I'm ready. Hey,
I think we're going to be able to cover a couple district championship games on our page this year.
okay.
you're good. Yeah.
If
so.
it all plays out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
fun.
my favorite time, as far as winter time, is like standing and covering a game, and watching it, not moving, and
Don't
then
mind
having
that.
a,
Having
having a recap show at a Whataburger parking lot in
You can see
Alexandria.
our breath.
As you can see
that
us
was-
talking, it
I
was
mean,
y'all just
unbelievable.
go
That was cold.
That was unbelievable.
Oh man.
Fun stuff though.
And I love the cold. Don't get me wrong, but whew, that was
People at
something
Whataburger
else.
probably thinking, where are these two guys?
Well, now we got us the
doing
Whataburger in
There with
Opelousas.
them.
Yeah, we can do it in
Yes.
Opelousas at the Whataburger in Opelousas. We can
Yeah.
actually, we'll go inside and talk to them.
Yeah.
Favorite UTL memory is the best yet to come for Under the Lights.
I can't narrow down a single memory with Under the Lights, but
Got to be the Wasserman second round matchup last year, huh?
that was a fun one. That was a good one. Yeah, I mean we've had a lot of good memories, Joe. But going forward, I mean, as this gets to growing even more, further than it is now, you're just gonna have more opportunities, bigger games, more games. So yeah, like you said, best is yet to
Didn't
come.
tell you about the opportunity I had to turn down this week, didn't I?
I don't think so.
We got offered St. Paul's and ULAB Friday.
Wow.
They had to turn it down.
What?
Yeah, stuff like that's gonna just keep happening. The more
Yeah.
But now you
Keep
know.
this rolling.
But now you know.
Well,
You can reach out to those people.
Yeah.
And
Wolfpack Broadcasting was
Yeah.
going out of town, so he reached out. So
It was
great,
at
great,
ULAB?
Well,
great friend.
It's
great
at
friends. That
So
of
just to
course.
be even in the conversation, that was an awesome moment.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
at Lab?
I mean,
Oh,
even
wow.
like with 446, and everybody, the relationship that you build with these guys. You know what I'm saying? For them to come to you and say, "Hey, man, listen, can you cover?"
Right.
And that's a testament to.
That means, and to me, that means respect.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing that we want is to be respected as what we do.
Favorite memory? Got one?
Man, you tell me. I like the game.
Maybe the North Dakota semifinal pick show that we had last year.
Yeah, when we had the guy of
For 446.
right.
That was a good show.
I think
I
I'm the only
remember
one
that.
picked him on. I
We
picked
all-
us in,
We all picked OHS except him.
except for him. Yeah. Man, last Thursday,
For-
the game.
For prep, knowing that the relationship. Oh, you talking about the
Last
game
year.
that you watched?
Watch.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Just the excitement in the broadcast.
Cause I'm working, and I'm watching the game. I'm like, come on, they gonna get it. I had to pull over on the side of the road, and then when I pull on the side of the road to watch the rest of the
You had
game,
to flip the truck.
no, but now here's crazy. Where I was in
Elton?
Elton,
Around that long truck.
and I look on the side, stadium.
It's right there.
Shit, get on and go walk and watch the game over there.
Yeah.
You know, but I sat there and I watched the rest of that game, and it was good. I liked it.
Gary, you got a favorite memory? A lot of good ones along the way, and you think the best is yet to come? I mean, we took a lot of strides here
Oh,
in
yeah.
year 6.
Well, I think the best is definitely yet to come. But what I liked, and people are gonna think I'm crazy, but is when we went to Gina and watched
Gina Union Simmons?
Parish
Oh
and
yeah,
Simmons.
that was a great game. I went through, man.
And we were laughing about it. We had to set up here, then we had to move because the band was. It was just so funny. But
We had to run 2
yeah,
extension
2
cords to
extension
find
cords.
power.
Barely
from
had
the
enough
end zone.
space too.
And but I love that. That to me, that showed me that people appreciate what we do. I mean, we ended up coming back with 2 Union Parish helmets because we had been promised one. So a fan brought us one, and then the coach gave us one. So we had 2 of them, and they said, "Well, keep both of them." So you got one, and I got one.
There you go.
It's all good.
Jake, favorite UTL memory?
Man, I'm gonna tell you the best is yet to come. Indeed. Man, I'm gonna tell you. There's 2 of them that stand out to me, and they're both from last year.
I've actually been to Ovoyos twice. Visitor
That's
bleachers
right.
had to
Oh,
crank,
that was one.
crank up the tripod high.
Oh man, I remember that.
That was fun. Too.
Last year that Oberlin Bazig in that crazy freaking
Oh yeah,
game,
crazy finish. For
6
sure.
turnovers. Both teams I think had 6 turnovers.
Mhm.
Okay, that one, and I think my favorite. The one, I wasn't at this one. I was supposed to be. Had some come up. St. Louis Highway. What's his name? Bushnell pulled a how'd you call it? Spin move activated.
Yeah.
Pulled a
that
JD5.
was,
Oh, he did.
That
Yeah,
was
I remember
nuts.
that was
one
nuts.
of my
That
favorite.
was nuts.
One of my top 5 favorite calls of all time.
That was
Enoch.
I do think I'll preface by saying this first. I do think the best is yet to come. I mean, I'm relatively new to this. This is second full year, kind of just being with you guys. You know, and first full year where I'm going to be able to work games regularly. So,
Japan.
but I think my favorite memories so far, and I've only been to a handful of games yet so far, but my favorite one was probably Welsh Logansport. I liked the atmosphere of the game the entire way through, even though it was freezing. Great game. It was a great game. It was tit for tat, blow for blow, pretty much the entire way through. Logansport got that big stop that they needed at the very end to squeeze out the
1
victory.
yard line.
The 1 yard line.
Interception to seal it.
Yup. Because if it went that other way, Welsh I think was down by 8, so they would have had to got the conversion. But still,
How about
He's going-
that crazy
he's
play
going,
Welsh did? Pulled a Kansas City Chiefs base,
Square.
ran around the huddle and ran.
I remember that
was
too,
crazy.
yeah.
Gary's Jingle Bells play will always be classic.
That was one, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this. Hopefully, the next time we're going to Logansport Friday, hopefully we get just as good of a game, if not better.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
Kinder comes out with some type of Jingle Bells play tomorrow
Oh, yeah.
Friday night.
Oh yeah, I expect this to be a great game. I can't wait for it.
So that was meant what Jingle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
UTL top 10 shift. There's some shift in the rankings this week. Remember, it is my top 10, no particular order. I'm very bad at this, ladies and gentlemen. I leave off a lot of great teams, Gary.
I know.
So bear with me, and please don't mail all the hate cards my way.
Inbox gonna be going.
Yes. UTL top 10 divisions combined. We start off with Division 4, no particular order. Alex, lock in.
Not select or non-select?
Both.
Combined.
Combined.
Oh, combined.
Combined together, no particular order.
No particular order. Vermilion Catholic, yes. Ascension Catholic, close loss a week ago. They're still in it. Good ball club. Ascension Episcopal, 4-0 start.
Yes.
Washita Christian, 4-0 start. Catholic Appointed P, 4-0. Southern Lab, 3-0. One last game, but still really, really good. Generette, same ideal. 3-0, really, really good. Opelousas Catholic, we said it last week, didn't we? Win, stay in. Whew, they put it on
put it
Sacred
on.
Heart last week.
That's surprising.
Haynesville, 4-0. They're in it. Last but not least, Chris Esprit, 4-0. North Iberville
Whoa.
cracks the
Not
top
bad.
10 this week.
I like it.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Who you taking?
I
Who's-
would only swap out. I would swap out North Iberville with Logansport if Logansport played last week and won.
Yep,
But they didn't.
Bye week. Logansport gets a win this week.
Oh, they'll be
Yeah,
in for
probably
sure.
be back.
I
He's
think
gonna
they'll be
load
in
his
for
fourth
sure.
higher.
But you know what? I don't mind
this
giving.
is no order.
No.
Yeah, I don't mind giving North Iberville that rub at least for this week. I feel like though if Logansport would have played Peabody as they were supposed to and won, I'd have put them either over North Iberville. or
All
somewhere
North
else.
Iberville did was drop a 50 piece last week at Centerville, and it was Centerville's homecoming.
Impressive.
Well, I
50.
I'm glad I
would
didn't.
swap-
They hit
I'm glad I
50.
didn't message Scott after the game about that. I did not
I
know
would
they got that
swap
bad.
Riverside.
Riverside. I would swap
Yeah.
That's
North
that's a
Iberville with
possibility.
either Riverside or Mangum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Megan's still
Riverside,
darn good.
Vermilion Catholic this week.
I think
Oh,
last,
Yeah.
Riverside, Ascension Path, Riverside, and Vermilion Catholic this week. Winner stays in, or they might both stay in. Might both get in next week.
Depends on how the splits work.
I think Southern Lab stays number 1 until we beat.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They're the state champs.
I hear you.
They're the state
Good
champs.
list.
Southern Lab,
Mm-hmm.
I got him in.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
top
sorry,
one.
Coach Scully. I know it sucks.
On to the next.
On to the next. Here's some more. Division 3 non-select, select.
Combined.
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 No particular order. Dunham,
Dunham.
Bunky.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 4-0s right there.
Yeah.
Lafayette Renaissance. They're on a tear. I'll put them in there. I'll put them in there until somebody beats them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Catholic in New Iberia, 3-1, really good. I put Westlake in this week.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Oak Grove, I still got them in my top tier here. Calvary Baptist, I'll leave them in there
Calvary.
because I still think they're one of the top programs right now in that classification. Lafayette Christian Academy, it's a grueling schedule.
Yes.
It's a grueling schedule, so I'm keeping them in right now. Just right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're probably going to run the table.
I don't know.
After week 5, they'll probably run the table.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Episcopal cracks the top 10 this week, and Jules Sumner cracks the top 10 this week. 2 4-0s right there, Jules Sumner and Episcopal.
So some of them are sneaky good. We haven't really been talking about them yet. But
We-
keep an eye out on them, man.
St. James.
St. James.
2-1 record right
St.
now.
Charles.
I would.
Had some 4-0s
I
in
would
there that I put over.
almost argue. You could maybe almost make an argument for Sterlington. They had a pretty difficult schedule. I know they're 2-2. They've had a pretty difficult schedule as well. I mean, if you're gonna punish LCA for losing 3 games,
Or Union Parish. I mean, they're.
Yep,
yeah, they also have
Notre
a pretty,
Dame.
yep,
pretty
yep,
brutal
yep,
schedule as well.
For sure.
I guess it just depends on what your balance is as far as strength of schedule and wins, you know. So I guess it just depends how your balance would be.
Westlake showed me and all of us a lot last week.
If I'd have left out Calvary and LCA, I would have got skull dragged.
Right.
I mean,
Right,
would
but I
take
mean,
LC.
it's just,
I mean,
it's
Because
something.
of the schedule for
Yeah.
LCA.
Yeah, it's just something to think about. You know. It was just something to ponder, not necessarily, you know,
Yes, they
Yeah.
changing it.
we had them in the Division 4 mix.
Yeah.
4-0, quite good.
Yeah.
Quite good.
On to the next.
St. James 2-1. They're gonna have St. Charles this week.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. Division 2.
Let's go.
Non-select. Lake Shore 4-0.
Yep, Lake Shore absolutely belongs there.
Bell Chase cracks the top 10 this week 4-0.
Uh-huh.
Franklin Parish. They got a big one this week.
Yep.
What do you got?
Washington Parish.
Washington Parish.
They beat up on Caldwell last week.
Lutcher is in. Opelousas is in. Vanderbilt Catholic 4-0 good. University Lab, yes. Archbishop Shaw win after the statement a week ago. E.D. White still stinking good. And John F. Kennedy, a 3-point loss to St. Paul's a week ago. I'm keeping them in this week.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, very, very solid list. I don't have any disagreements with. I don't have any disagreements with that one. So.
You got Jesuit in there?
That's the whole different division.
Oh, I'm thinking my bad. I keep thinking my bad.
Wait a minute. You said.
I forgot. Yeah.
Is Turling's playing the select Division 1 or 2?
Turling.
Okay, gotcha.
One?
They're in Division 1.
Oh,
One.
okay. I didn't know.
My bad.
This whole division stuff's got me confused.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get
I'm
the hang
good.
of the new divisions. So.
And that's because they play in a 4A district. This
Yeah,
is
there's
for
a few 4A
that's what
teams
goes
that
for,
go
yeah.
Again.
in Division 1. Yeah.
They're a large
Again.
4A play with
this is for the if they were how are they in the seedings for power rankings?
Okay, but again, nobody still haven't answered our question for the past 3 weeks.
How are they here and how are they playing here? I asked this man the same question because they're playing for a state title in Division 4 baseball and then played in the football regular season in Division 3.
Right.
But we're Division 4 now.
Now,
Yeah. Oh, hey.
but a couple years ago,
Well,
But
That's our
Lakeside-
same
but
argument.
The coach at Lakeside told me during baseball said that this year they're Division 3 in football, Division 3 in baseball, but Division 4 in softball.
That's like
I
STM.
don't.
Even, and I understand
don't get
that part, but this is what I don't understand with the STM
You
thing.
know.
how can you play in a 4A district and then play Division 1 for rankings? I don't
The
know.
best I
And,
come
and
up with
it nothing has to do with
your
your
large
enrollment.
3As and small 4As are pretty
No,
much your
not really.
Division 2, and your large
So
4As
so
and 5As.
they in the 4A district
Playing up
and you're playing up. So that means you should be playing in the 5A district.
like LCA
Right.
did when they played up.
Exactly.
Right.
They
Well,
went
they-
into the 4A district.
Right.
I don't know.
I think part of it is that the LHSAA wants to try to keep. Well, yes,
bet I know-
obviously.
I bet
But
I know
another
who
thing
can
I think
that-
is that they try to keep the number of teams in all the classifications and the districts or divisions somewhat.
No, so
Even?
you're not getting it.
No, I
They're
mean
playing-
I'm getting what they're
They're playing in a
Trying
4A
to.
district.
right, but there are also other 4A teams that play in Division 1, like Westgate.
Right.
Right.
Okay. That's understandable because of the enrollment.
Yeah.
This is not because of enrollment.
Yeah.
No, this is not.
You're just talking
And
about
they
like
elected to play
private
up.
schools.
They
Yeah.
elected to play up, and while they're playing up, you should go play up in the 5A district.
Well, could we see it after this cycle?
Yeah,
is
have to go
done?
to the Acadiana district.
Could we see them
I mean-
move
I mean,
after this 2-year cycle?
Well, the 2-year cycle started this year, and,
Yeah.
you elected to do it this year, so it should have been. You
Unless
know,
it was too late in the process. I
It was
don't
either
know.
too late in the
No idea.
process, or
You want to hear
just
Division 1?
the
Let's go.
5A probably can't fit any more teams. Well,
Division 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
This one was difficult.
It was Ruston.
Rustin, just right, Rustin.
Just come on,
Acadiana.
Rustin, stamp it.
Here we go. Here's your answer.
Neville,
Neville, yes. Oh,
West
my God.
Monroe,
Cool. Y'all just running them comments up.
Airline,
Did you?
no Bird.
Here.
All right.
Yeah, hold on.
It's for enrollment numbers plus evening out all divisions. So they had. So they
Yeah.
all have an almost even numbers of teams. STM was the top of 4A last enrollment check. So now that the goalposts changed this cycle, it stopped. It scooped Turlings and STM up to small Division 1.
Select Division 1.
Selective.
Yeah.
Select Division 1.
That's kind of what I was trying to do. He just made my point a lot
I'm,
better.
still-
I'm
still-
confused.
Confused.
I understand what they're trying to
It's
do,
just
but
the
still,
goalposts.
like,
Let's go Division 1.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
you know,
Let's go.
yeah.
I mean, 5 of
Let's
the teams I
punt,
named
punt.
already.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
This one was difficult. No particular order. Don't be mad at me.
It's all good, man.
Ruston, Central Baton Rouge,
Yes.
Neville,
Oh yeah.
Rummel,
Uh-huh.
Edna Carr, St. Aug,
Mhm.
Catholic of Baton Rouge, Airline, Alexandria, and Turlings.
I like it.
You said you put St. Paul's in there?
Man, you got too
You gotta
many
take airline out.
I got 10. All right.
And put it,
Somebody beat him first.
They beat Evangel, and that's.
event. That's not a.
I know it's not the Evangel 20 years ago, but Evangel is
Yep.
supposed to be
You could take
still be
20
really
teams
good.
out for sure.
Give them time.
Remember,
They're-
this is
they're-
my list.
Yeah.
I'm high on Airline. Nobody on
Oh,
this
no,
panel
I-
is
I
as
am-
high
I
as
am
on
too.
Airline as I am.
Hey,
Question
I like-
is,
hey,
can they
I'm
have
high
the
on
defense
Airline,
in the
too.
playoffs? You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Mandeville upset them last year,
I
so
would-
maybe they learned something.
Chris,
I would swap.
talk to me. Give me the bad
You
news.
got a Acadiana in there?
I did not. Because of who they played last week.
Yeah, it's like Nish.
I mean, they can't.
It's
that's not history.
my
That's
choice.
his.
Yeah.
That's his.
Mine.
That's his top 10 guy.
Hey, I won't.
I mean, but they-
I won't object to it. I think
I think
your top 10 is fairly legit, man.
No, it is.
Acadiana should be somewhere in there.
I mean, you could maybe even argue possibly see Bird too, because they're really
Yeah.
good too.
Or Parkway.
Parkway.
I would put. St.
Well, I'm not
Paul's
sure
in
about
there.
Parkway yet, but see, Bird
Yeah,
might be
Bird.
good enough to crack that top 10 possibly.
Yeah.
St.
I'd put
Paul's
St.
does
Paul's
not
in.
belong in this list.
Say your list again.
Central Baton Rouge,
They're
Ruston,
Division
I
Neville,
think so.
two. Oh, okay, never mind.
Airline, Archbishop Rummel, Edna Carr, St. Aug, Catholic of Baton Rouge, Alexandria, and Turlings.
I take Alexandra out and put Acadiana.
Didn't they
The bubble
scrimmage
just
each
on the
other?
bubble.
Didn't they scrimmage each other?
Well,
That's
yeah, but
scrimmage.
that to me
Yeah,
that don't matter.
I
I don't
yeah.
go by scrimmages or nothing like
Yeah, I
that. I
don't
think it's gonna. I think that they said that in the chat. You can put 20 teams on that.
Hey, I had
in that
Acadiana
one.
in
So
all
it's
3
good.
weeks, didn't I?
Yeah.
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 So no,
Hey,
that's good.
Turlings gets the nod this week because of the
Right.
the
Yeah.
last 4 weeks. So
All right, it's all good.
guess
St.
what
Paul's
happens?
Division
Guess what
two,
happens
though.
next week?
Somebody can get
Somebody
out.
gonna get out.
Somebody's
Somebody
coming
gonna
out.
get come
Somebody's
in.
coming back in.
Carr, St. Aug got a one
Right.
of them.
Carr,
Carr
St.
ain't
Aug
getting
meet this week. Who else meets this week, Chris? Airline plays who? Enoch?
Who knows?
Bird, huh?
Oh,
They're playing
Bird plays
Bird
Captain
plays
Shreve.
Berkeley.
Captain Tree.
Airline, Captain
at,
Shreve.
at Lee Hedges.
Hey, they can very well lose that
Yeah,
game.
they can. That's,
That whole district is just a
Alexandria
it's like the SEC
gonna
West.
roll. Catholic of Baton Rouge, I'm not sure who they play.
Who Alexandra got to see?
They play the
Manny.
Oh shit.
Ruston's playing another giant out of state.
Ruston's like the heck with the power rankings. We'll just beat these out of state teams. We're fine.
Ash,
It
West
doesn't help-
Monroe
it doesn't
next
help
week.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's pick them.
Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
Let's do it. Hey, don't forget,
I'm ready.
Southside Thursday.
Well, Chris,
Don't forget.
I'm throwing haymakers. All the tough ones are early in the picks.
I saw that.
All right.
That last one is really hard though.
Oh, it is.
The last one.
It is.
Yeah. That's
Man,
something to
man,
pick. I agree.
Yeah.
Buddy. Acadiana has Salford this week,
Yes.
Yeah.
and Alexandria has Manny this week, so
Yes.
you never know what week 5 has in store.
Can't never tell.
Don't forget Barb Southside Thursday.
For sure. If you would like to follow along with the panel, make some picks. Week 1 winner was Enoch Brogy. Week 2 winner was you, Gary Swallow.
No.
Holden.
Holden Lee.
Holden.
You, you were week 3.
I was weak. I know I was
Gary
one of them.
Swallow was week 3, and ladies and gentlemen, I told you I was gonna try to make a comeback. I went out on a limb last week, Chris. I'm your week 4 winner.
There you go.
His head done swole that good.
Hey, I've been in last
Yeah.
place a lot of weeks here. But
Hey, you did good. You did good, man.
I have to come back 9 games now. 7 for you, sir. 9 for you. So the chase to get back into these overall standings have begun. And this week it won't be easy. We got some Giants out the gate.
You're right.
How about we go Thursday Night Football, Week 5,
Let's pick 'em.
and we start off with the game that we will be covering tomorrow night. 3-1 Crawley. A lot of excitement over there at the Rice capital of the world right now. The Gents comes in playing with confidence, and Mamu 1-3, but Mamu's played quite a good schedule
Right.
these last couple weeks. They played Church Point better than I thought they would a week ago.
Correct.
Good ball game tomorrow night. Excited to be there for the very first time. Alex, I have no pick. Enoch also has no pick in this one. Crawley, Mamu, who gets the big Thursday night win? Plus, think about this. Both teams are 1-1 when we cover them. So who gets their second win?
I'm trying to figure this one out because Mamu is well improved and Crawley is also well improved. I think Crawley's going to end up having too much for Mamu. I'm going to go Crawley.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Alex Moore with Crawley.
I'm going Crawley too.
Y'all set me up.
I'm gonna break. I'm gonna.
It's going to be a good game.
I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna say not so fast.
Mamu?
I'm gonna go my dad's alma mater, Big Mamu. Let's go Green Demons.
Enoch.
No pick.
No pick, but I still need to see what your paper says. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Should be a good one tomorrow night. Excited to get down there for the very first time. Crawley Mamu live on Under the Lights, 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. All right, Raiders will hit the road and take on Pine Prairie. It's a little Thursday night football. What happens in this one, Alex? The guys 2 straight weeks. Get things back to rolling this week.
Yeah, we're going to get things rolling, catch a breather in the second half from a really tough pre-district schedule.
Yeah.
No West on the road.
Same. Out west.
Give me the fighting Alexes. On the road.
Fighting Alexis, ladies and gentlemen. He will be cooking squirrel in the gravy this weekend.
Oh, there you go.
That's the game.
We're going to meet him.
Give it a Raiders.
That will be across the board. Raiders get back on to their winning ways this week.
Yes.
All right, 4-0 DeQuincy trying to do something they have not done in a very long time. Gonna have to go and try to knock off the Hornets. Grand Lake 2-1 record. That's a stingy ball club there that's gonna fight for 48 minutes. Alex, you got the honors. Start us off, my friend.
I think I'm going to go to Quincy here. They got it rolling. I think they're a little upset about what happened last year. I think they take one on the road against Grand Lake.
It's a statement win. The Quincy.
Yeah, I agree. I think DeQuincy.
Like Jordan said,
Let us know about the history here.
they haven't been. They're aiming to go 5-0 for the first time since 1984.
40 years.
Okay, so that's a long time. DeQuincy's never beaten Grand Lake. Played them
Never.
only
In
twice. It was
program
the third
history.
ever meeting.
Okay.
The kids have not forgot how they lost that game last year. Grand Lake's a tough team. They're physical. They're gonna run it right at you. That's a tough place to play. But I think it's Tiger Town.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Tiger Town.
He can't fit in that
First time
helmet.
since 1984.
Perfect.
Go Tigers.
Hey.
bud.
It fit.
It did.
My big head.
Oh,
Go
man.
to Quincy Tigers.
Now you need a mouthpiece.
Right.
And shoulder pads.
Yeah, I'm taking the Quincy as well. Grand Lake, I think, will give them a good game. the Quincy finds a way to pull it off in the end.
I wasn't listening to you guys' picks. You went
Everybody went.
Everybody went to
Quincy.
Quincy.
okay.
But I went to Quincy.
Except for you.
Except you. You went
Yeah,
to
Devin, that's funny. That's good, man. That's funny.
I'm gonna stick with the panel here. I'll go to Quincy.
Okay.
Good choice.
Westminster, Sacred Heart. Westminster had a battle a week ago with the Hornets of Catholic of Ponkapee, and Sacred Heart really took one on the chin a week ago. And the Trojans bounce back this week, or Westminster finds their third win of the season.
I think Sacred Heart's going to bounce back this week at home. I think they're going to see what happened last week, bad taste in their mouth, and I think they get one at home.
Yeah, they played a tough one last week. It was Sacred Heart.
Okay. Gary?
Okay. Home field gonna give it to them. Sacred Heart.
Jake?
I think I'm gonna flip it here. I'm gonna go Westminster.
Okay.
Give them the Crusaders.
Enoch?
Yeah, Sacred Heart had a bad loss last week. They're gonna come out pissed, and they're gonna take care of business. Give me a Sacred Heart. Gotta wash that bad taste out of their mouth.
Like the way, like this game here, I think Westminster, the way they played a week ago, really showed me something. So I'm gonna roll with the Crusaders this week. Jennings the Ritter, 3-1. Jennings 2-2. The Ritter, Rajon Zeno for Jennings, and the Ritter coming off of a loss to Westlake.
James, too much running.
Yeah, I agree. Jennings.
I was high on the Ritter at the beginning of the season, but after what I seen Westlake do to them last week, and despite the loss Jennings had to Iowa, they've been on a roll. Kirsten, if you're watching, my girlfriend, she's a
My
Jennings alum.
girlfriend.
Yeah, and she'd be mad if I didn't pick Jennings. So Jennings is gonna.
My fiance.
Gotta easy, take it slow, but
Not yet.
not yet. But give me Jennings. Now, yeah, give me Jennings.
Give me the fighting Zenos. I'm taking Jennings.
Scully, my girlfriend. Jennings across the board.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Oak Grove Dale High Charter in this one. 3-1s going at it. Oak Grove too strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes. Although Del High Charter, they're much improved, but
I
Oak
heard
Grove
that.
is too much.
I heard that.
It'll be a good learning lesson for Delhi Charter. I believe
I heard it.
they'll come out of this game
Yeah,
stronger,
stronger.
even with the loss.
Good people up in Oak Grove. They got a great thing
I
going
was
there.
told what happened. 4-0 Episcopal at 3-1 Ascension Catholic. A little top 10 matchup in the rankings. Smash Mouth football coming at you. 48 minutes. This one's going to be a dandy Thursday night.
Yeah, I like Ascension Catholic at home with what some would call a little upset here.
Yeah, home team for me.
Man, I gotta agree. I think I was looking at this one earlier. I think Ascension Episcopal is gonna take home
Ascension
field.
Catholic.
I'm sorry,
Catholic.
Ascension Catholic. I apologize.
Too many Ascensions.
Yeah, there are too many Ascensions in the book.
Jake?
Man, looking at it, and Ascension Catholic stuff, but man, I really like what I'm seeing out of Episcopal. I think we'll go with them in a close one.
Episcopal for Jake. Enoch?
I'll take Ascension Catholic because they're at home.
I'm going to take Ascension Catholic. Really pushed Dunham to the wire last week. 3-point loss. I got to go Ascension Catholic. Coach Narcisse over there, he's got those guys ready to make a run in Division 4. How about we go Sam Houston and Lafayette here. And when we go and talk about a couple of these two teams here, I guess it's time to go lock of the week.
Oh,
Early?
oh,
Oh,
oh.
Okay.
okay.
Sam Houston Broncos. Holly's lock of the week.
Very good pick, Holly. I'm
That
rolling
is
with
a
you.
good pick.
Yeah.
I agree.
Me too.
Go big, Sam. Big.
Yes, I'm Houston Wednesday.
I'm going Sam Houston myself.
Sam Houston. Sam Houston.
Houston.
Sam Houston.
Yep.
Trying to go 5-0. 2 3-1s. We'll see.
That fag gonna shop us all.
Yes. They will give Holly her first loss.
That would-
Three.
Just because we
That
all.
would not be good.
We
She'd
be
be
looking like some
mad.
fools, man.
Chris, you said another game on Thursday night. Which one was it?
Barb and
Barb on
Southside.
the south side. We're missing Bird Parkway here.
Yeah, no.
No, that's okay.
Barb and Southside.
Oh.
They're on the first page. They're on the first page.
Yeah, it's down here.
Barb,
24,
Southside. Okay.
24.
Thursday night, 3-1 Barb at 2-1 Southside. Intriguing. We look at this matchup here, and the way Southside has been playing the last 2 weeks, it seems like they found their groove here. But Barb, 3 really good wins this season. Talk to me about this one.
I think Southside will be able to run the ball against the defense that Barb has, 3-man front. And with the way Southside runs the ball, I don't think Barb's offense will be able to get the ball very often. With that being said, when they do get the ball, I think Southside and their coaching staff will have the recipe to get it done. So I'm taking Southside.
Southside for Mr. Alex.
Oh, Barb for me.
Barb for you, family ties.
Yeah, but
But that's a heck of a quarterback they got.
yeah, and at 3-1 is impressive to say they was a young team.
Mhm.
Gary, tough pick.
Yeah, I'm kind of edging towards Barb.
Okay. Jake.
Man, that was a huge confidence booster and win for Barb last week, beating Karen Crow. Not sure what's going on at Karen Crow, but and nothing against Barb. They got a fantastic ball club. Coach Owens does a great job there. And touch on what Alex says, I like Barb's defense, but man, Southside has a strong run game, very physical. Their defense is even more physical. Coach Curtis does a heck of a job over there.
Southside.
Man, if this game was at Barb, I'd say Barb. But
Oh, man.
Coach Curtis, I'm gonna roll with the Sharks this week. Fins up, baby.
Fins up.
Coach, get us a helmet when you can.
He
Please.
not.
I
Might
think
not get a helmet after I make my pick.
Well, I think this game will be pretty good. I think it'll be close, but I think the Sharks will drag the Bucks in the deep water and come away with the win.
Barb has really burnt me for 3 weeks now. Not picking against them this week. I'm going with the Barb Bucks in this one. Get their 4th win of the season.
Yeah, they burned me last week.
Yeah.
Big Cancro.
Beat Karen Crow, beat Northwest, and they beat somebody else earlier this year that I lost also.
Lake Charles, bro.
Lake Charles.
I was at that one. That was a
Yes,
Really
they
good.
lost.
Yeah, it was
They beat
Prep.
Lake Charles College Prep. I done lost
Yeah.
3
Prep.
picking
Almost
against
come
them.
back and beat them.
Gotta pick them this week, Chris. All right, Bird Parkway Battle of the Undefeateds here. Parkway, they did lose their starting quarterback last week, but when you rack up 500 total yards in rushing, seems like they have their identity. Bird coming off of a long road trip, some quality wins so far in the season. We don't know much about these two, but we should have a clear identity after week 5. Thoughts on Bird Parkway? Who wins it?
I like Burt. They have shown through their 4 games that they can go anywhere and win any game. Give me Burt.
Yeah, Bird. That's not Parkway not playing Naked Central this week, so I'm going Bird.
Okay.
Well, quarterback being out and everything like that. And Bird's kicking, so I'm gonna go with Bird also.
I'm gonna go with the city of Bird,
City of Bird.
the original Shreveport High. Go Jackets.
Enoch.
Sting 'em Yellow
Long dog.
Jackets.
You going long dog here?
I'm going Sting 'em Yellow Jackets.
Trying to get one up here, Chris.
If Parkway's starting quarterback wasn't hurt, I think the game would be a little more competitive.
I agree. I'd have picked him if he wasn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going Bird
It
here.
would have made me. It would have made me at least think twice about this game. But
Absolutely.
Birds will take care of business.
Little Friday night action. We start off with the game that Under Lights is covering. 3-1 Kinder at 2-1 Logansport. Fireworks in pregame. This one should have fireworks for 48 minutes. A lot of family ties in this one. They're calling it the Cousin Bowl. New stadium unveiled on Friday night, playing for the very first time. New jumbotron, new bleachers on home and visitor side, new speaker system, and new press box. Can't wait to get down there. This could be the biggest UTL stream we've ever had from a viewership, because there's a lot of people that cannot make the 3-hour trip. So excited to get down there. Alex, who wins the game?
I like Logansport at home. They're gonna break that stadium in nice.
Yeah, they can't lose at home. Can't lose.
Can't lose with the unveiling?
No, not supposed to.
Okay. Gary?
Man, this is
That's over $250,000 stuff.
this was going to be the toss-up for me,
$250,000.
but my gut tells me Logansport is going to break it in right
setup
with
is
a
up.
win.
Logansport, Texas.
Yeah.
The setup is up.
Like
All
2
right.
miles from the state line, if that.
Two
Yeah.
miles.
Distance, not even that.
I don't know if it's that.
So
Spit across
I
the
don't have a pick. I'm calling the game.
I don't have.
He doesn't have a pick. He's gonna be at the game. He doesn't have a pick. He's gonna be at the game. So
It's just us.
Gary's gonna be in Talladega.
Gary's gonna be in Talladega. Chris is gonna be in Zachary, and he's gonna be in the woods hunting some squirrels. So we will be at Logansport Friday night. Excited to get down there. Give us a little history here about got a defensive coordinator for Logansport. A lot of family ties here.
Yeah, Coach Neil Martin, a good family friend of mine. He graduated with my brother. Went to school with my brother at Sam Houston. I know his dad real well, Matt.
Oh yeah.
Neil was the defensive coordinator at Kinder for some many years, and at Logansport and back at Kinder. And been in Logansport. I'm sorry, he was at Oakdale, then Kinder for many years, and then went to Logansport, and he's got a lot of family ties still back in Kinder.
That's my pick.
Oh, gotcha.
Well,
And
you can't say that.
he's got 2
See your wife in the
nephews, if
chat?
I'm not mistaken, playing, starting for Kinder, and Neil's son's the start linebacker for Logansport. So the family's calling it the Cousin Bowl.
Cousin
So,
Bowl. Got the Romeros. You got the
Romeros,
Martins. You
the
got
the Roberts.
the Roberts. So
Yeah. And it's
Family
gonna be a
unit.
fun time, great atmosphere.
I got a feeling we're gonna break a record
I think we
of
will.
views Friday night.
And
I
they
believe it.
love their football in Logansport. They love their
believe it.
football in Kinder. It's going to be 2 quality teams, 2 of the best small schools in the state of Louisiana getting after it.
Let's do it. Live on Under the Lights. Pre-game 6:40. Kickoff 7 o'clock. Don't forget about the fireworks at 6:50.
Right.
Homecoming for the Port-Barry Red Devils this week. The Band-Aids are on. 3rd string quarterback. But it is homecoming week, and anything can happen when it is homecoming week. You get that extra little step in your bounce. South Bow comes in 3-1 record. They had a bad taste in their mouth after the shutout win against Welsh a week ago. Injuries on both sides. Happy homecoming Red Devils. It's my 10-year reunion. Alex, who wins it?
I don't know if I'll be back next week, but give me South Bow.
South Bow.
South Bowl.
Chris. Gary?
Pick with your mind, not your heart.
Look with your heart, Gary. Do it.
Too many injuries on Port Barry. As much as I love them, I gotta go
I'm coming
South.
back next week, then. Gary picked them.
Oh shoot, I put G for Purpleberry. I thought you was leaning that way.
I use it in my head, not my heart.
I hate to break your heart, Jordan, but
Coach,
Coach,
I'm in last place here. Ain't breaking hearts.
Coach Kellogg and does a fine job at South Bow. They got punched in the mouth by a pretty solid Welsh team last week. I think he's
If Port Barry wins, I'll take that loss. I don't care.
I think he's gonna get his kids refocus this week, regroup, and I think he's gonna go handle business, get a good bounce back win. Give me South Beauregard Golden Knights.
Enoch, you need the PowerPoints. You might as well pick them.
That's dirty.
He's not wrong.
Look,
He's good for the pick. South
one thing that goes in Port Barry's favor is that South Bowl lost to a beat-up Welsh team. Welsh had, from what I saw, from what I heard, Welsh had a lot of injuries
They did.
coming
One
into
of
that
them
game.
go down. He will
Yep.
cover
I
the
mean, I
field.
think anything can happen. South Bowl wins by 3. It'll be close.
South Bowl wins by a
not a bad
field
pick.
goal.
It'll be close. It'll be a lot closer than people are expecting.
Alex, it don't matter.
And
It's
depending
the
on how
10-year
big that
reunion.
is, too.
And like Chris said, OHS could be playing the Patriots this week. He's still picking them.
Pick your devils, baby.
He gonna
Fort
pick
Barry, happy 10 years, class of 2014. Love y'all, and we'll miss y'all Friday night, but I'm going north. And I picked the Red Devils here in this one, Mr. Swallow.
Well, let's do it.
Happy
I will
homecoming.
take that loss.
Happy
but I'm using my
homecoming.
head.
Happy homecoming, win or loss.
That's right.
Happy homecoming
That's
and happy 10 years, class
Party
of
must go on.
2014. The big one. Hold on,
Yeah,
I
buddy.
didn't say that loud enough.
Yeah, you said
The biggin.
The big one, Saturday night. 3-0 Edna Carr, 3-1 St. Aug. Ladies and gentlemen, the game of games. Carr's offense, St. Aug's defense. D1 talent everywhere. Coach Bryce Brown versus Coach Robert Valdez. This is the show me week for St. Aug. You go beat them? Well, I think you can go win a title. This is the game. Alex, the big one.
The big
Who
one.
wins it?
I think it's going to be a great game. 2 great coaches, 2 great teams. If Carr can avoid starting off slow,
Slow start last week.
they'll win this game. I think they could pull away in this game. But if they start out slow, they might get too far behind and not be able to crawl back. So give me Carr, but try to stay away from that slow start, and you'll be just fine.
I initially picked Carr.
Okay.
I'm going with St. Aug.
St. Aug, right there. The man shaking up the panel tonight. Let's do it, Gary.
I like what I saw on film when I saw him play Cecilia.
Gary Swallow, you don't pick against the University of
The
Edna
University
Carr.
of
You don't
Edna
ever
Carr.
pick against the University of Edna Carr, but I think you will this week, right?
No, I'm not.
He's not. He's picking
I'm
Edna
picking
Carr.
Edna Carr.
Edna Carr for Mr. Swallow. Jake, who wins it?
Man, I tell you what,
Battle of the bands.
I would love to be a fly on the wall
Yeah, no
or a
shit.
fly
I
in
might
the,
love that game.
the light poles to watch this one.
I'm gonna watch it on LHSA Network.
It's going to be 2 of the best
Yeah,
really in
like
the
that
country to
subscription
go at it.
Don't lie on
Okay.
YouTube free.
2 of the best really in the country go at it.
That's when you got money.
But guys, y'all know who runs New Orleans. It's the University of St. Augustine, baby.
Ooh.
Give 'em the Purple Knights.
Ooh.
Leonard Fournette and the Honey Badgers alma mater.
Ooh.
That was
Jake,
sacrilege. to say
Jake,
that like
hit us with a little
Pat
shake up
McAfee.
there.
that.
Enoch, can you top that?
Um,
And they don't run to New Orleans yet.
Oh, no.
theatric wise, no. But I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna take St. Aug.
What is wrong with y'all tonight? You know what? I'm drinking what you're putting down.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Coach Robert Valdez
Absolutely.
gets a signature win.
Y'all crazy.
Coaching versus coaching in this one. He gets a signature win and prevails that ball club to go get a close win.
Disciplined football.
Yeah.
Here we go. Opelousas High coming off of a thriller of a week 4 loss last week to a really good Alexandria team. Zachary, bye week, correct? Get a bye week here early in the season. You look at this game here, Chris. You've seen Zachary on film. Opelousas, really good rushing attack, talented defense. Gonna be a dandy over there in Bronco country. We'll start with Alex. Can Opelousas go upset Zachary this week?
I think it's going to be another game like they had against Alexandria. Tough game. Man, you go through a dogfight like that, and you have a team that was able to watch that, have 2 weeks to prepare, and they're fresh. I have to take Zachary at home. I hope OHS goes on the road and wins it, but I think Zachary, being fresh and after a dogfight for OHS, Zachary's will have too much.
Good front seven, huh? We got a good front seven over there in Zachary.
No,
Katie Anna game.
I mean, Acadiana, they couldn't stop the run.
Okay. Why OHS wins this game?
Play defense and run the ball.
Good defense and do what you do. Run the football.
Right. Zachary's proven they can't stop the run.
Where else we got? Gary, who wins it?
1 and 2.
I'm going with OHS, man.
OHS really opened your eyes last week,
Yeah,
huh?
I think that shootout that they went through, I think that's just going to lift them up. I think they got the tools.
Jake,
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I really had to eat a little bit of crow last week. I picked Ash. I'm guilty of picking Ash big. And
big. So you
and
picked
look,
them, but you picked them big.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you, like Gary and y'all are saying, after seeing what I saw last week at Opelousas High, I'm sold. I'm drinking all the Kool-Aid.
Okay.
With a spike.
So
They gonna go on the road, and they gonna take that Z down and put the O. It's all about the O.
okay.
Give me the Opelousas Hot Tigers, baby.
Enoch with the Broncos.
I'm gonna take Zachary. It'll be a close game, but I think Zachary will win. They'll find a play late. Nothing against Opelousas. They've shown that they're good, man. They've shown that they're good.
Yeah.
It's just playing against these tough teams. Sometimes you win, and sometimes you get your heart broken. You know. I think this will be a close game all the way through. Zachary finds a play at the very end to get the win. If this game was in Opelousas this year, then I might swing it the other way.
Yeah.
I think it'll be close.
I think it'll be a close game no matter what.
Yeah, I think it's within one score here. I'll go split panel here. I'll take Zachary by one score at home.
Are we thinking shootout here, or are we thinking possibly like a 28-20?
I'm thinking
If
the
it's-
over-under is going to be
if it's anything,
51.
yeah.
Okay. Well, the next one will not reach 51. 4-0 Rummel at 3-1 Brother Martin. Rummel seems like they're a complete team from top to bottom. Can Brother Martin bounce back after a home loss a week ago to Jesuits? Two good teams, familiar with each other, well coached. Gonna be a good one on Friday night. Who wins it?
I like Brother Martin at home. I think their defense is going to stop Rummel, and we saw the way LCA played Rummel early in the year in the dome. I think Brother Martin's step ahead of that. So give me Brother Martin.
Man, and that loss last week to Jesuit, it's really like
Jesuit might be better than we think.
5 points.
Rumble.
Yeah, safe field goal to safety.
They were going to safety.
I'm going Rummel too.
I think they get some offensive points this week.
Yeah, Rummel.
Jake,
Man, and look, I think they share the same stadium. I don't know. There's only like 2-3 stadiums in New Orleans. They all share. Brother Martin does have a
Should be
bad.
alright.
They do have a bad taste.
Bad
in their mouth.
taste.
Very bad taste. And look, that Catholic
offense
league.
gets rolling this week.
That Catholic league, you never know who's going to beat who. You never know. Man, I'm scratching my head on this. I want to go Rummel, but as pissed off as Brother Martin is, and like we said, Jesuit could be a lot better than we think, and I think they are.
I think if you beat Brother Martin, it shows that you're a good team.
Brother Martin is,
Brother Martin.
I'm gonna go Brother Martin.
Okay, good pick.
I'm
Enoch.
gonna take Rummel. They keep it rolling, but I expect another defensive game for sure.
I'm going to agree with you. I think this one, defensive slugfest. 4 quarters Rummel finds a way to win another close one this week. St. Paul's University Lab. 2 teams, 3-1. This one right here has to be a top 3 game of the entire state. What would y'all think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, on paper, like the matchups name wise, but I think once they get in the game, it's not really a game.
St. Paul's big win over John F. Kennedy last week, led by running back Troy Willis. University Lab led on the defensive side of the ball by Keelan Moses. So good defense,
Yeah.
good offense. What's going to happen here?
I personally think Lab's gonna run away with it.
Okay.
Yeah, Lab.
I'm going Lab myself.
I was sold on St. Paul's, but give me Lab, man. Lab's strong, man. I think it'll be closer than people think, but give me Lab at home.
You beat one good team and JFK, but I think ULI will be a little too much.
Okay. We will go across the board here. I think this is a 4-quarter ball game.
Yes.
I think.
I agree too.
I think if anything, maybe ULAV has a put away score late, but I think this is going to be a battle all the way to the end.
And who knows? We could be some fools. It could be the over. We never know.
Oh
Pick them
yeah.
all and then St. Paul.
We've
I
dealt
was
with
the
that
only
a couple
one- I was
times.
the only one to pick St. Paul's a week ago, so
Yeah.
I can't play a good ball
Yeah.
club. How about Westgate St. Thomas More? What is the health right now of Antoine for Westgate? An unlikely 3-game skid for the Cougars. Who gets a win here in this one? Are you scared to pick Westgate knowing that maybe the injury concerns, or St.
Yeah.
Thomas More here? What's the thinking process?
Westgate makes me a little nervous, but I think STM, with the schedule they play, they're going to bounce back and get a big time win right here.
Okay, Chris?
Same here, STM.
Yeah, I agree. They said Antoine is out and the backup quarterback's in, so I'm going to say STM at home.
Man.
I agree.
STM is in a very uncomfortable position. I don't remember ever seeing them 1-3 in recent memory. They're coming in pissed off. They're not happy, and I think even if Antoine was healthy, I think STM has. It's they're at home, so give me STM.
And that's where I disagree with you.
I think that if Antoine was healthy, I think Westgate would win this game.
Agreed.
But with that being said, I'll take STM. I would have loved to have seen Antoine in this game.
Correct.
Just to see
Yeah.
how this
Yeah,
game would
yeah,
play
yeah.
out. I think Westgate would win it if that would happen, but
Yeah.
If he was healthy, I
sadly
think
not.
it'd be
It's
close. sadly not our reality. If he was
Spelling, we know the feeling.
if he was healthy, I'd still say it's close, but
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, I think Antoine is the difference maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he was playing, I think I'd flip.
Lafayette Christian Academy hits the road, takes on 4-0 Central of Baton Rouge. It's been a rough week for LCA.
Yes.
Wasn't completely healthy for Shaw. They get some key starters back. Central of Baton Rouge, it seems like all 3 phases. They're scary good.
They're kicking.
They loaded.
Central big.
Yeah,
Central.
Central big.
I'm going Central myself.
Jake?
Central.
I think all of the chaos surrounding LCA is gonna. I think it's gonna hurt them this week. So I'm gonna take Central BR. I think Central BR, in my opinion, if not top 5, they're a top 10 team in the state right now.
Yeah.
How they've been playing.
Oh, yeah.
All classifications.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
I'm not comfortable to say a runaway blowout, but
I
I
don't
do
think
like
it's gonna be
Central.
Central's better than Shaw.
I do like Central Baton Rouge
Central
here.
is good.
17
Central
points.
by like 11.
Central's better than Shaw, and Shaw blew
7
him
key
out.
starters
You're right.
back.
Central is better.
I
7
don't care
key
about
starters
that.
back. I think it's
10 to
a risk.
17 point
Something
game,
Central
maybe.
did.
I agree, but I'm not comfortable to
Somehow.
say it.
No, I know.
You guys are comfortable to say it. I'm just not going to put my name on the line like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
well,
here comes somebody from LCA saying,
Oh,
you know who you
LCA's
got.
been there before, though. They
I
can
know.
they
It'll be
can
all right.
handle this.
Yes, so I'm not comfortable enough to say it. They get 7 key starters back. I think they keep it a respectable game. If that makes sense. I mean,
Well, I think it's going to be a close game with the starters coming back.
yeah.
But I still think Central Baton Rouge is a little too strong.
Hey, I'm coming in hot.
Just a little bit.
Cecilia, Notre Dame. We asked what's the health of Diesel. We got a green light. Piles, strong start, but back-to-back losses. A senior-led group like that can get this back on track at home. Won't be easy. Cecilia coming in, and you talk about a team that took one on the chin a week ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Cecilia.
A lot
On the
of
road.
injuries. A lot of injuries.
Injuries. And that's just not just injury, that's key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's back. They said he's got a green light. They said he's a green light to go.
Question, is he 100%?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
That would be
big
the big
question.
question.
Cecilia.
Cecilia. Garrett.
I agree. I mean, if he's back, I don't think Notre Dame can stop him. So I'm gonna go with Cecilia.
Jake.
I think even if he's 75%, I still think the Diesel's gonna truck along. Cecilia's gonna get a win.
Enoch.
Give me the Piles.
Oh, goodness.
Ooh, not a bad pick.
This is where I went up them, guys.
You say that.
Cecilia with Diesel. I'm picking them. Without Diesel,
I'm picking Notre Dame.
we'll pick Notre Dame here. So they say green light, and I say Cecilia.
That's the respect they
Yeah.
have for Diesel.
Correct.
Right. Most definitely.
Warren Easton, John Curtis in this one. Two teams off to slow starts, but could flip the switch at any moment. Who wins this one? Curtis, Easton.
I like Warren Easton.
Not a bad pick.
Same here, Easton.
Garrett.
This is one where every time I pick against Curtis, they burn me. But I still think Warren Easton's a little bit too strong, so I'm gonna go Warren.
Jake.
I'm gonna go to the 28-time state champions. Give me John Curtis.
28.
27, huh?
28
Well,
times.
they
Keep going, man.
counted the 28, but 27.
Enoch.
John Curtis.
I'm going John Curtis myself. Great,
Okay.
great ball game last week with Romo. I think they found a way to get a big win this week to even their record. How about Franklin Parish at Ouachita Parish? Yes, I did say it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. So
No, actually, he did it right.
Pretty
there.
good.
Right,
That's
Ouachita
Yeah, that
Parish,
was
yeah,
pretty good
Ouachita.
this time.
Pretty good.
That's
this week.
pretty
Wichita,
good. Thumbs
Ouachita.
up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up
yeah.
from Chris. Okay, we're on the board. 3-1, 4-0. Can Franklin Parish keep it rolling? Are you buying the stock right now, Alex? They had recruits from the team on LSU's campus this past weekend. We saw
We
them
saw 'em,
for
yeah.
the parade, the walk up. You know, when they walked down the field.
Franklin
The-
Parish?
Yes,
Oh.
Franklin Parish sent some guys up to LSU this week. So
Oh.
recruits were on campus.
Yeah.
Ouachita Parish, huge in the trenches. Benji Lewis will have his team ready to go.
I like Ouachita Parish at home.
Same here, Ouachita Parish.
I honestly agree. I think the home field advantage is going to give him that little edge, so I'm going to go with them. Ouachita Parish.
Man, after what I seen against Calvary, I'm gonna tell you, man.
Can't pick against them until they
these
burn you, huh?
guys. But I'm gonna tell you, Ouachita Parish is a very, very tough place to play. They're massive, like huge.
Chris just switched, so I'm writing it down.
Who do you switch, Frank?
Yeah.
Look, I think it'll be a close sold right now on Franklin Parish. Give me the Patriots.
Good deal. Enoch.
I'm gonna take Franklin Parish in this one. I'll keep picking them until they burn me. I feel confident that they can keep this ball rolling.
I'm going to take Benji Lewis and that big offensive and defensive line. 5A football.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Ouachita Parish here.
Booger McFarland would be real proud of his Patriots. That's where he played high school ball.
Oh, it needs to be plugged in?
Did it stop? The stream stop? No.
Just it's that battery, because it's past people's bedtimes. They're no sleeping on me.
Now we got to talk loud, guys.
Booger McFarland.
Oh, so the mics are off now?
Franklin Parish alone.
All right.
Mike Sir.
Matter of fact, one of the roads in Bible Stadium is named after Booger McFarland Drive.
How about Airline and Captain Shreve 4-0, 3-1? Could Airline be on upset alert this week? Ben Taylor and that high-flying offense comes into town. Captain Shreve only loss this year was Huntington. Airline averaging 53 a game, and defense is giving up 37. Can Airline make it 5-0, or are they on upset alert this week?
Upset alert. They've been squeaking by every decent team they play. Give me Captain Shreve at home.
Captain Shreve for my main man.
Airline, the shootout.
Airline in the shootout.
I agree. Airline and a shootout. I think it's gonna. I think they might hit 70 points.
7, you mean
Each.
combined?
No, each.
Well, not wrong, George. Ben Taylor show. Captain Shreve, they're a really good team. Lee Hedges State's a tough place to play, but man,
And how many touchdowns he's away from the record?
45.
45.
I think he'd have at least 3 or 4
Yes, he
Friday
would.
night. Man,
So,
I'm gonna tell you, Captain
It'll
Shreve's
be
got
tough, but it's not impossible.
no. Captain Shreve's got a dang good
Got 5
offense
games
as well. But
And
I
they,
think,
the playoff stats are included
Yeah.
too.
and I'm gonna tell you that this is it's gonna be the Ben Taylor show. Give me Airline.
Airline.
Enoch Brogy.
I'm taking Airline. You said they average 53 and only give up 37. Hey, that
That's a
equates to wins for
winning
me.
formula.
It equates to wins for me.
Winning formula. Give me Airline. And they're going to stay in the top 10 until somebody beats them.
He got throw 5 touchdowns a game.
It's not impossible.
It has to get
He
to the
could do
semis or the
it.
state
State
championship.
championship.
It has to get to the state championship to break the record.
Throw 5.
Hey, they might.
Tough
They
times.
might.
7 minute good points and never
Tough
punt.
times.
Might be nothing.
Vanderbilt Catholic 4-0, Lutcher 3-0. So when we talked about undefeateds earlier, here we go. Somebody is going down this week. Brian Wallace has the Terriers off to a fast start behind running back Jalen Coleman. And then Dwayne Jenkins has Lutcher off to a strong start. He also, his son's at quarterback, Mr. Zach Jenkins. Good ball game, battle with the undefeateds. Who walks away with a 0 still in their column?
I like Vanderbilt Catholic.
DC.
Gary.
Me too. Vanderbilt Catholic.
We'll flip it on you. I'm gonna go Lutcher. The Bulldogs.
Enoch.
Lutcher because they're at home.
I'll go Lutcher in a close one here. Can I say 17-14? That's fine. That's fair.
It's pretty good.
Okay, I'll go that route. Bulldogs at home. Here we go. Southern Lab comes in undefeated. We'll head down to Denham Springs. A little 1A, 5A matchup here. Denham Springs searches for win number 4. Spread versus trenches in this one. You know Denham Springs is big up front. Can Southern Lab go and knock off a 5A this week?
I don't think so. I think when you have a 5A team, you're gonna have a lot of depth, quality depth at that. Denham Springs at home.
Lab.
Gary.
Man, I think just Denver Springs don't have too much as far as like he said, like Alex said, depth. I think it's going to be Denham Springs. Lab's going to keep it close at first, and then they're going to just wear him out.
Okay.
Go Denham Springs. Yellow Jackets.
Stingham Yellow Jackets, Denham Springs.
I'm going Denham Springs here. I think the Russian attack wears down Southern Lab late. Give me Denham Springs. Kentwood versus A Meat. This one will be on the Hash It Out show this week. 3-1 Kentwood, 2-2 A Meat. Good game here. Always 2 teams that make runs for titles. It's a win like this one could really put them in direction to where they want to go up this season.
Right.
Yeah, I like Kentwood going on the road here, getting a win.
It's the rivalry game.
Yeah.
They don't like each other very much.
Amy because they're on.
Not under the water tower this year.
Oh, no.
Gary.
I still think Kentwood's going to win in a close one.
I'm going to go Indy Tangipahoa rivalry. Give me A-Meat.
Give me the Warriors. Amy.
Let's go split panel again. Give me Kentwood on the road. That's gonna be
I figured Gary's gonna be a pick against the Brews. So.
That's gonna be a battle.
The Rouge.
Be a battle. You know what else is gonna be a battle? When 4-0 Vermilion Catholic goes into 2-1 Riverside on Friday night. This is a semifinals rematch of last year, and you gotta think the Screaming Eagles have this game circled from last year because Riverside went into VC and pretty much kicked the door down and blew them out in the semifinals. You gotta think this one has been on their mind for a year now. Jonathan Dortez with VC, Dedrick Lasty with Riverside. What a showdown Friday night. Get your popcorn. Who wins it, Alex?
Yeah, at first I was leaning VC, but I don't know if this VC team is better than they were last year. I think Riverside's going to keep it rolling at home.
Same here, Riverside at home. BC.
VC for Gary.
Give me Riverside.
Riverside for Jake. Enoch.
Riverside.
I'm gonna pick Vermilion Catholic and this one on the road. Think Dortez makes a big run late. It's definitely gonna depend on both defenses.
Correct.
Who stops whose impact player. So I'll go with VC in this one. Remember I picked them get some early in the season and it burnt me, so I'm gonna ring the bell with them until they lose again. Here we go. St. Ed's at Opelousas Catholic. 4-0, 4-0. Happy homecoming week, Vikings. Seems like this one could send a front runner in this competitive district. It will be Kane West for St. Ed's versus Cross Gillen for Opelousas Catholic. Fun fact here, Cross Gillen leads the Acadiana area in touchdown passes through 4 weeks. Both teams with extremely talented receiver cores. Homecoming for the Vikings. Can Blue Jays go spoil the party? Or Vikings are playing too good of football here early?
I think it's going to be a good game, but I think OC is going to have too much.
Picking the guys off the pool lane.
I'm going OC.
I don't know. I don't know Opelousas lane.
Yeah, that's OC.
That's a Eunice lane or Opelousas
That's
lane?
That's
Okay.
OC.
School across you from the hospital.
Yeah.
Gary?
OC.
I think OC is a little bit more battle tested schedule-wise than St. Ed, so give me OC.
OC's going to be too big up front. Give me the Vikings.
Give me the Vikings behind a well-played football game. I think Cross Gillen makes a big-time throw in this one. And remember, St. Ed's was my district champion pick during the preseason. Well, things can change throughout the season. And Vikings playing quality football at a good time at the midway point. Let's see, St. Martin's Episcopal at Pope John Paul. Another battle of the undefeateds here. St. Martin's Episcopal got a two-headed punch over there. Quarterback Ashton Oliver and running back Harlan Berry really fueling this 4-0 start. Mr. Philip Pigotts has the Jaguars playing extremely well behind senior quarterback Blaze Rodriguez. 2 4-0s. Who leaves 5-0?
St. Martin's. I think the addition of that quarterback being able to take some of the load keeps Harlem fresh. Not many people can stop Harlem Berry, so give me St. Martin's.
Yeah, I'm like Harlan Berry is it's about his first good test right now.
Cheat code, huh?
Yeah, he is a cheat code, but I think this is his first good test this year.
Well, when you get 2 undefeateds, you're going to see how well this St. Martin's Episcopal team is going into district play. Garrett?
St. Martin.
Jake?
Harlan Berry show, St. Martin's.
Give me St. Martin's.
And I'm going Pope John Paul at home.
That's where I get up on.
This is where Chris gets up on me, ladies and gentlemen. Pope John Paul at home stuns St. Martin's Episcopal. 3-1 ERAF at 4-0 Westlake. Two teams that are playing their best ball early. ERAF, incredible comeback last week, fell just short at home. Westlake, when you compare the schedules, Jake, is this their first true test of the season?
No, I think last week against DeRitter was. I mean, the first 3 weeks, I'm just like, okay. Let's see what they're made of when they get DeRitter. And
Okay.
to see them beat DeRitter the way they did,
2 touchdowns.
yeah. And I'm looking at, but I'm real half and half because of the way ERAF played DC. But man, I'm gonna go Westlake. I think Coach Richardson has a really good thing going. They got a lot of dang good athletes over there. They got a great thing going, and quite honestly, I think they could make a run in case for their district title. So,
ERAF,
either way.
dynamic player. Number 3, Mason Abear, Mr. Do-It-All, fueling this team to a strong start. Westlake's Coach John Richardson has the Rams playing hot out the gate with a complete buy-in to the program. Who wins it, Alex?
Westlake.
The lake.
Gary.
This is a toss-up for me, man. I'm gonna give Westlake the advantage at home.
Enoch.
Give me Westlake.
And they're real physical.
I will take Westlake in this contest. Setting up a dandy down the road.
Yes.
Won't speak too much on it. Destrehan at Terrebonne. Destrehan, quarterback still injured, ladies and gentlemen, but they are battle tested through the first 4 weeks. Terrebonne, offense is really strong. Defense has some question marks here to answer. Can their defense get it going against a Destrehan team that could come give them problems?
No, I like Destrehan on the road.
T-Bone.
Gary?
I'm going Terrebonne.
Terrebonne for Mr. Squabble.
Yeah, Destrehan's got some injuries.
Oh, T-Bone. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Look up.
You sure? What they put in that coat?
That's cool.
That's what it is. You don't have Dr. Pepper. That's what the problem is.
Destrehan.
I got you straightened up.
I'm gonna go Destrehan.
Okay. Enoch, wake up.
Destrehan.
Destrehan for myself. How about San Omar?
Santa
Say
Mont.
it again.
Santa Mont.
Santa Mont.
Teach me, Chris.
Don't
Teach
do
me
the
your
T.
ways.
Go Mont.
Santa Mont.
Santa
Santa
Mont.
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 You don't even pronounce the T.
Don't
Don't
pronounce
Santa
it.
Mont.
Santa Mont.
Santa Mont.
Santa Mont.
Santa Mont. That's right.
Santa Mont.
We got it, folks.
There you go.
Santa Mont. Still, I did it wrong.
That's right. You
It
good.
don't matter. Dutchtown.
That's how I'm gonna win.
4-0 touchdown. Santa Mont. Santa Mont. Good quarterback. Hard schedule out the gate. Touchdown. Very good.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Another rivalry.
Right.
I'm going to Griffins.
Touchdown.
Going across the board.
Yeah, I'm taking the Griffins.
The Griffins.
St. James, St. Charles. St. James, young group, but not backing down. They're being competitive through these first couple of games. St. Charles, another very young group, well-coached ball club. Can St. Charles get their first win here, or St. James comes in with a little too much?
I have no faith in St. Charles in the way they're playing. St. James is young, but they have enough to get the win.
Okay.
No, don't pick our team. Yeah, I'm picking your team this week. St. James.
Ooh, Chris picking Gary.
Yeah.
There's Troy in this too.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at it and said, no. Honestly, I think St. Charles is really struggling this year, so I'm going to go with St. James.
But it's the quality of teams they're playing.
I understand, but they're still struggling.
I think St. Charles is in a very uncomfortable position right now, and backs are against the wall. They know they've got to get something going quick, and thank God they've got the luxury of being at home this week. Give me the Comets getting their first win of the season, a close one.
Enoch?
I'm gonna take St. Charles as well because they're at home. I think St. Charles is they're better than their record says. They play some tough teams. They'll get one this week.
Yeah, can't see St. Charles falling to 0-4 this week. I'll take the Comets and a close one here. This one right here has the makings of being a good old shootout if you let it, but
Yes.
both defenses can really play, so who knows what's in store Friday night when Lake Charles College Prep and Catholic at New Iberia meet on the gridiron. Don't look at the 1-3 record for Lake Charles College Prep. You could throw this records out of the window. It's going to be a great ball game. Going to be something that we're talking about on the recap show. Whoever gets this win. Alex, Prep, Catholic and New Iberia.
Catholic and New Iberia.
Prep, they healthy.
Impressed with that front seven for Prep when we saw him play.
Most definitely. But I like Catholic, man. I just something about that team I really like when we watch them early and they've been so productive. So I'm going with the Catholic.
Jake?
These kids, the last 2 years, have had in the back of their minds. Prep knocked them out the playoffs, I think, first round.
Man, rematch of
Back-to-back
round
years.
2. 7-3 last
So,
year.
Yeah.
Prep knocked
Second
out
round.
Catholic and New
And I'm
Iberia
gonna tell you,
round 2.
I really love what I see. I really love what I see with Catholic New Iberia this year. They're in my opinion, a complete football team.
Yep.
I know LCCP is battle tested. I've seen them in person at least once. But man, I'm gonna tell you, these kids have had it on their mind last years, and I think Catholic's gonna squeak out a win here.
You know,
Catholic and New Iberia.
And there's a good chance they could meet in the playoffs again.
Yeah.
Decent chance. You never know.
Catholic and New Iberia, we are extremely high on right now, but we'll see what the rest of the season has in store. 3-1 Iota, 3-1 Church Point. This rivalry has been fun over the last couple years. A renewed matchup here in week 5. This one right here could really set up a district title game with Northwest down the road. Who wins this one?
Iota, that's not close.
Iota.
Not sure.
Church Point.
Church
No,
Point.
Iota. Picking Iota. I think Church Point.
Church Point.
Well, they played in week 10 and they played in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Church Point won
They
at the
split.
last second in week 10.
I'm
And
okay.
then
Iota too.
Iota blew them out in the first round of the playoffs.
I think
Gotcha.
Iota won in the last second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In week 10.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
they did.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Church Point had one and blew it.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Iota.
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 I drove through Church Point to
Give me the
see
Bulldogs.
Huh?
Oh, I thought it was my turn. I'm sorry.
Oh.
What's wrong
Wake
with
up,
this
Peter.
guy?
Ah, man.
Yeah,
I picked up
coffee.
a shift at work tomorrow.
Well,
So
well,
coffee.
I finished.
put the rest of your picks down on your paper and head on out the door.
I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'll be all right now.
We got
They
shows
woke
up
me
in
up.
there.
So they woke me up. I'm good
Anybody
now.
got work the next day? You're going hunting. You got work. Now write your picks down and I'll announce them.
No.
I'm okay. I'm okay now. We're good.
Wake
We're
up,
good.
Enoch.
Okay.
All right.
What you got?
I drove through. I took the scenic route from
You
January.
got time for stories.
Went through Church
I gotta
Point.
work tomorrow. Come
Have
on,
a
bro.
good feeling that they've had a great week.
Not
but
the
man,
Bears.
I don't feel like they're gonna have a good night Friday night. I think Iowa's gonna go in there and wreak havoc.
Okay. Let's see. I gotta catch up with y'all. Yeah, they got me off.
Everybody pick Iota.
Everybody picked Iota except for you. I don't know how you.
We don't know what you're
You
gonna
pick
do.
Church Point?
I gotta write. I can't multitask. How about them dogs
All them dogs.
going on the road and getting a win this week?
Yep.
What are they saying? They're telling bedtime stories. Dunham Baker. Love that Baker Buffaloes are 4-0 right now. Coach James Cortez done a tremendous job. They got their hands full this week. Dunham with Elijah Hayden.
Dunham.
Tough week for your coach, but done.
I do think Baker finishes the season 8-2.
Oh,
7-3,
7-3,
8-2.
8-2, yeah.
I like Dunham across the board.
Dunham.
Neville Sterlington. Neville's really good, guys. We're going
Yes.
across the board here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if Sterlington made it a game for a while, but Neville will pull away in the end.
Maybe
Man.
first quarter, but
All I had to see what they did with frickin' St. Thomas More last week.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
they went to
Point
the St.
toss.
Thomas
Yeah,
More.
Yeah, they
Hey,
were,
Neville.
they were in that one.
Okay.
How about Vinton and North Iberville? 3-1 Vinton coming off of a triple overtime, one overtime.
At one point, they were down by 17.
Big win for Vinton in a tremendous start to the season. North Iberville, they are a hidden gem that I think moves to 5-0, guys. They're really good, and we need to start paying attention to them a lot more.
Yeah.
Across the board,
Nothing will.
Not there.
you going Vinton?
Man, I want to pick Benton, but after seeing what I've seen on film in North Iberville, they got some really good going over there in Rosedale. Give me North Iberville.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jared Reed, my buddy from Benton, but I got North Iberville.
When you talk about rivalries, you got to bring up this game here. 3-0, West St. Mary's homecoming this week, I believe.
Man, it's gonna be crazy.
Yes.
You're
When
right.
this game is competitive, it's a lot of fun. I mean, when both teams are winning, this game is a lot of fun. Generate, West St. Mary. Who wins it?
I think 1 3-0 is different than the other. I think Generate's on a different level. Like Generate going in and spoil the homecoming festivities.
Same here, man.
Yeah, me too.
Generate.
Generate, despite the scare last week from Lorville.
Across the board, Generate. They are in my UTL top 10.
Oh, by the way, I did take North Iberville. I just didn't say it. I don't know. You said across the board because
Across the board.
it was like that, and then Jake had a story. So
Sorry.
no, you're good, man. You're
You
good.
got the stories, man.
I mean,
Yeah, cool.
Alright.
Generate. And then you. Go.
I'm reading.
We waiting on you.
Good to know. Union Parish rolls past Homer this week.
Yeah, they get back on the
This game, since it was last year, it'd be their game, but yeah, give me Union Parish.
Union Parish fixing to take off after the 0-3 start. They're fixing to
What's the
take
schedule?
off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're fixing to take off. The schedule eases up.
farmers gonna start cultivating the land right now. So
North Vermilion at Ascension Episcopal, undefeated Ascension Episcopal. They make it 5-0.
5-0 for me.
yeah, give me the Blue Gators.
I think this game's gonna be closer than people think, but give me Ascension Pistol.
Everybody's flipping papers, and I'm picking North Vermilion after what I saw
Hey.
last week.
Fair enough.
That's not a bad pick.
Are
Huh?
you on board after what you saw last week?
I like it, but I think I think that- I think they're going to be too strong. Essentially,
Ascension Episcopal? Okay. I like North Vermilion
You're gonna get a
going
couple.
on the road and knocking off undefeated Ascension Episcopal. Sounds good?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a good game, but I think in the long run, I think it's going to be a little bit too strong.
I gotta write this down. ACGJA. Flip the script. Let's go next page. Lowerville Kaplan. Can Lowerville get their first win of the season against Pirate Team? Trying to make it 3 in a row.
Nope. Kaplan for the win.
I like Lorville.
Lowerville for Alex.
Kaplan.
Kaplan for Chris.
Kaplan.
Kaplan for Gary. Kaplan for Jake.
I still believe in them, Lorville.
Still believing. Don't stop believing.
Especially with how well they played against Generate.
Yeah, they play well.
They only lost by
Kaplan.
1. They'll get that one over Kaplan. I'm taking Lorville.
Physical. Kaplan.
Oh, I know.
Pirate
Lorville's gonna be
Team.
ready.
at home
Marville's gonna be ready.
gets the win. Marksville, I see you've been waiting in the chat all night. We got some fans in the chat that have been waiting all night for Marksville, Oakdale. Some loyal fans staying up late with us. 2-2 Marksville, 1-3 Oakdale. It's homecoming, right?
For Oakdale?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was next
I don't know. I mean, you know everything
Oh,
about
oh,
high school
yeah,
football in the
I
state
should
of
know.
Louisiana,
I don't
so-
talk my step wrong.
Hey.
They got Marksville on the road.
Marksville on the road.
Marksville.
Marksville.
Homecoming or not?
Marksville.
Marksville.
Homecoming or not? Marksville.
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 Marksville. Give me a Marksville on the road and could go make a statement here in week 5 going into district play. Oh, that's a cross. How about Welsh Eunice? Eunice, 3 losses this season, all by 1 score. They lost 3 games by the matter of 7 points or less. Welsh, big win a week ago, knocked off undefeated South Beauregard. Can they make it 2 in a row and go on the road and knock off the Bobcats?
Eunice, a win for the PowerPoints, please.
Win for the PowerPoints? Okay, Alex, win for the PowerPoints.
Welsh on the road.
Oh, hold on.
What?
I gotta
No,
rewrite
I
it.
need one, but Welsh on the road.
Oh,
Will.
I was getting ready to say, you
Hold
still
on, Pat McAfee.
Welsh on the road. It is homecoming for the Eunice Bobcats, I do know that.
Yeah.
Welsh.
That's when they go.
March Vegas and Marksville.
The only thing they win is homecoming.
Jake?
Give me, if it's homecoming especially, give me Eunice and a squeaker.
Squeaker alert. Enoch.
Welsh impressed me last week with that win over South Bow, considering all the injuries they had and whatnot. Yeah, I'm taking the Greyhounds this week. I feel confident in picking them again.
I'm gonna take the Bobcats for the Raiders PowerPoints. I think I think the homecoming. I think homecoming. They play with a little chip on their shoulder. They find a way to win a really good ball game here. Eunice been on the other side of 3 losses this year. I think they find a way to get that first win of the season.
And that's very unusual for Eunice to be 0-4.
You're right.
Winfield goes down to Bunkie. Happy homecoming, Bunkie Panthers, 5-0. This is going to be across the board because you are really starting to become contender status.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna do the
Bunkie.
homecoming funky dance in Bunkie.
Another homecoming matchup. Washington Marion, Peabody. You know who throws down for homecoming? Peabody. If you have not witnessed it, you got to get out there. Wow. But Washington Marion playing some good ball. Could come in and spoil the party. Peabody, Washington Marion, Alex.
Peabody at home.
Peabody, homecoming.
Me too, Peabody.
Give me Coach Bernard and Washington Marion.
Washington Marion.
Happy homecoming, Peabody.
Happy homecoming. I'm going Peabody also. One of the best homecoming atmospheres I've ever witnessed whenever I went and covered them a couple years ago.
On Saturday.
Yeah, on the Saturday. How about Karen Crow and Nish? These records look very confusing.
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
realize Crow was
0-4
there.
Karen Crow, 3-1 Nish. Usually this is not Oakdale's homecoming. Usually these records are flipped. Now we look at this one
When's next week?
next week. Karen Crow wins that first one.
I like Karen Crow to get the first one.
Chris, they can't possibly burn us 5 weeks in a row.
I know everybody else will pick Karen Crow. I'm gonna pick them 2. I gotta give them 1. They can't go exit 0-4.
They can't go exit 0-5.
No.
They will exit 0-4 right now.
Right.
Yeah, 1-5. Come on, Karen Crow.
Harry's yet to pick this game on his paper. You stunned?
No, they burned me the last 2 times I picked them. I'm going with Nish.
Oh,
Okay.
whoa. What?
Yeah, see, this is how I chase him in the
I am baffled.
Good pick.
I'm going with
Okay.
Nish.
Good pick because
At
overall standings coming into play
I
here.
don't care. Don't worry, you done blew a few of them in there. So it's
She's
all
even
good.
shocked on camera. Man,
I want Terry Crow,
Yeah.
but I just don't.
Crows,
I ain't playing well.
I didn't know Crow was 0-4, and that's just like, Eunice, they're in a very uncomfortable situation. But I think Crow's going to go on the road and get a win. The kids are going to get a lot of confidence this week and shake back.
You're not
Give me the Crow.
still with us?
Exit 4.
I'm still with the Crow.
Cameron
I probably
Crow.
picked them all 4 times this week and got burned all 4 times. But
That's what I said. That's why that's what I did.
look, man, Crow plays a tough schedule, so it's like, can you really blame me? You know?
Gary?
Cameron Crow gets their first win of the season, and they start to roll a little bit in district play.
Gary, you might eat some Crow.
I don't care. Just put ketchup on it. Just put some ketchup on it.
Get some ketchup, bud.
33-31. Northside 2-2, Rain 2-2, Wolves. Welcome in the Vikings. Good ball game here. Who wins it?
I like Rain at home.
No side.
Some. I'm just speaking in Gary's terms. Some.
You don't know how to talk. What you talking
Some.
I went Rain, he went Northside.
Gary,
Wolves at home.
Wolves at home. Jake,
Oh, hell with it. Give me Northside.
hell with it.
I'm taking Northside as
Why
well.
not? Why not?
I'm going to take Northside on the road also. I think Jonathan Bonnet, difference maker in this one. I think he does it on special teams and offense. He's showing he could be a difference maker. So I'll take the Vikings. Sulphur at Acadiana, Fear-to-Veer.
Yeah.
Acadiana will win.
Can't
Fear-to-Veer.
name their score.
Fear-to-Veer. I don't like talking like that. Fear-to-Veer. Hanson Memorial, Elton. Hanson Memorial, I hear good things. Elton, I hear a lot of good things. Elton get a win here at home?
Yep.
Yeah.
Elton in a close one.
He not?
Yeah, give me Elton.
Across the board. Iowa, happy homecoming Yellow Jackets. They're going to roll.
Yep.
At home.
Yep.
Happy homecoming.
I think
Be
this will
homecoming,
be
Yellow
close
Jackets.
for a half, but I think I was going to
Is
go
it?
just
I heard
because
a
it's a
rumor.
rivalry.
Oh.
Not,
think
not
so.
rumor, but is it Acadiana's homecoming this week? I heard something that it might have been, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
How
know.
about-
would be.
It is?
How about Bro Bridge at North Lake Christian? Bro Bridge searching for their first win of the season. North
And they
Lake
get
Christian
it.
looking for win
They
number
get
2.
it. Bro Bridge.
Slam it down again.
Bro Bridge.
You felt that across the table?
Yeah.
Heavy doses of
Bro
pain.
Bridge, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gary?
Yeah.
G. Jake.
Bro Bridge.
Robridge.
Enoch. Across the board. Good job, fellas. I thought I was going to be by myself here. How about Basil Villeplatte? Basil, last couple weeks have really turned up with things. Good win versus Mamoon. Took Sacred Heart down to the wire and then blew out the team that played last week. Villeplatte, tough schedule.
Tough schedule, athletes everywhere. Give me Villeplatte at home.
And we're fighting Bulldogs.
That's not bad.
Real play.
Gary.
I'm gonna go back to you.
Basil for Mr. Swallow.
Put it together.
I'm going to go Basil in a close one.
Basil in a close one.
Basil. Basil, 2 possessions.
Villeplatte burnt me last week. Remember, I was the only one to pick him.
I don't know why.
I felt something. I said, man, good team. Played a tough schedule. Good coaching staff over there. I'll pick them 2 weeks in a row. If they burn me this week, Chris.
It's old.
That's done.
You don't have to pick it next week. It's okay.
Abbeville searching for their first win of the season. Lagrange 3-1. Wildcats, can they go shock the Gators this week?
I think it could be a decent game, but LeGrange's actually playing some ball. Give me LeGrange.
LeBron's.
Yep, for Lagrange.
I personally watched Lagrange whip up on Peabody.
So they did not whip up on
Not
Peabody.
whip up, but I mean
They won by 2.
Let me just put it this way: it was Lagrange played Peabody a hell of a lot better than I thought they would, and I'm very impressed with what Coach Vega has going over there right now. So give me my mom's alma mater, Lagrange Gators in the swamp.
For the mom.
I tuned
I'll be
into
happy.
Coach from Lagrange. I tuned into his interview he had on the Hash It Out show last night. He had some good things to say or whatnot. I kind of like the way that they got that program going right now. Give me Lagrange.
Abbeville coming off of a 1-point loss last week to Holy Savior Menard. Gonna be a dogfight. Lagrange wins a close one late. Catholic of Point Capee and Livonia. Good to see this game back on the schedule, but not a good year to play because Catholic of Point Capee is on a different level this year.
Yes.
Catholic.
Catholic.
Centerville rolls over Gadon across the board. We all in favor there.
Correct.
Voiles rolls over Lakeview. Everybody's in favor there.
Mustangs
I
Trapper.
personally watch Lakeview, yes.
Turlings, no problems with Como this week. They get
Not at
their
all,
5th
right.
win.
Turtles.
Okay. Beauchamp Lafayette Renaissance. Sorry, my friend Enoch. Lafayette
You don't have
Renaissance.
to apologize. It's okay, man. Yeah.
We're going across the board.
They're building a monster. We already know that.
Across the board.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Renaissance in a close one.
Yeah. They're Renaissance is building a monster. That's no secret now. So.
Lafayette, what?
Once it's duck season.
I don't know.
Handshake.
Who said me? You said close?
Close.
Close one? Well, with the backup quarterback in this week for Lafayette Renaissance, I think they win. I just don't know the score. But that quarterback, he's good. Lake Arthur rolls past Rose Pine.
Correct.
Yes. Hoping
Across
they
the
Rose Pine's
board.
kind of a
get
little bit
something
rough
good
going
going
now.
on Rose Pine, yeah.
And then the big one.
This is gonna be the hardest.
The big one.
This year.
The big
This is
one.
gonna be the hardest one.
This year.
Go. Here we go. Lock in. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Lock in for this one. I can't wait to see who wins this one. Ladies and gentlemen, the final pick of the night. It goes to Birchman's Academy at North Central. Alex, Birchman's or North Central?
Whoa.
Birchman's let me down last.
Not bad.
Yes, they did.
Not bad.
They didn't beat Beauchamp.
They did not.
No, they did not.
What the score was?
Bad.
34-8. Birchman's was actually up 7-8 at halftime. Buck tore into him in halftime, and Beauchamp took care of business.
Happy homecoming.
Happy homecoming.
Happy homecoming, Hurricanes.
Oh, it's Hurricanes homecoming?
Homecoming?
Why wouldn't this one be good?
It's everybody's home now,
You
man.
that's
know,
cold
you know what the
loss.
rest of the schedule is. Catholic
What's his name till week 9?
Westminster, Sacred Heart, OC, St. Ed's. I mean, this is the one right here.
Oh.
So you got Birchman.
Mhm.
You got who?
Pick 'em.
Westman. I mean,
What?
North Central. North Central.
Jordan, we might be split down the middle here. We might.
I have no idea, man.
Need a coin?
Nah.
Should we break up that coin, you know?
They playing at North Central, but it's their homecoming. And
Yeah.
I hate to say this, I've played against North Central, and I've watched them. And when they go and get distracted, they ain't no telling what's gonna happen. So I'm going Birchman.
Birchman gonna come in there.
Happy homecoming, Hurricanes go North Central.
One of my dear friends went to North Central. I'm gonna pick her Hurricanes, so
How are you not gonna go for the PowerPoint?
because I think North Central's gonna win.
I will go Birchman's on the road.
So I told you split, so you pick Birchman.
That's what he played the
Wow.
first quarter.
I kinda had a feeling it's gonna be split right down the middle.
Yeah.
What's up, Alex? Hopefully, Alex.
Close us out, Alex, because I know everybody gotta go.
Good week of football. Everybody be safe. Have a good weekend. See y'all next week.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna win this week. We have to come back.
I'm just having fun. But hey, stay healthy. Have a good week of games, and just like I said, stay healthy. Enjoy. Seniors, play your hearts out.
Yeah, we're halfway through the season. Seniors, you know, you never know what game's gonna be your last. Have fun out there. I got to cover tough game tomorrow night. Writing for the two papers. Write for DeQuincy's paper and Grand Lakes paper. So I got to kind of stay neutral. And then I'll be with Jordan and Enoch and Christian Friday night up in Logansport. It's gonna be fun.
See y'all in Mamu. See y'all in Logansport.
Ooh, next week. Lafayette Renaissance LCA next week.
Ooh.
Would the quarterback, you think, help me back by him?
I hope so.
Hopefully.
I want to see a good game. Man.
Where does Renaissance play their home games? That's what
At their
Close to
stadium.
their stadium.
Lafayette Renaissance.
Yeah, you should see.
Oh, they do have their
They
home
don't have
games?
the.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
right.
put it
I
on
didn't know
there.
that.
We're-
I did not know
Why
that.
would I pay that?
Yeah.
I thought they played at what we call Kiwanis State or whatever.
Maybe they don't have a press box yet, but they do
Yeah,
have
turf
a
field.
they do have a turf field.
That's
Richmond's plays at Kiwanis Stadium or whatever. Going by the Where in Lafayette? Huh?
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. We say goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
It's late.
Goodbye for now. Enjoy week 5. Can't wait to see how many picks I got wrong this week. And can't wait to get down to Logansport and Mamu. We'll see you. If you see us at a game, come say hi. Be friendly. And always have a great week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you at Mamu tomorrow night. God bless each and every one of you. God bless this panel. God bless UTL. And forever. High school football. Got those backwards.
Something like that. Tell you, that's spike.
It's 11:30.
It's not about the weather. That's what it is.